What's up, Red Wings fans? Welcome inside the Belfour Training Center here at Little Caesars Arena for the 2024 Development Camp 3-on-3 tournament. I'm Daniella Bruce alongside the Red Wings radio play-by-play announcer Ken Kell. And first time on our streams, we've got a new face. Very excited to welcome Jakub Kindl, former Red Wings defenseman. Jakub, thanks for joining us. We're excited to have you for our 3-on-3 tournament stream today.
Thank you, guys. It means a lot to be here next to the future Hall of Famer, and I'm glad that I could be part of this Red Wings family here again.
Yeah, Ken, I know you're excited. We got to watch Jakub play in a Red Wings uniform. He spent some time in development camp himself. Jakub, what was development camp like for you when you went through it?
I mean, it was something that I'm always going to hold in my heart. Putting the jersey on for the first time and get to feel what it's like to be here and staying in downtown for the first time in a big city like Detroit is, and coming from overseas. So it was very exciting, and I remember just to be around and get the feel of the NHL locker room and keeping the gear and going home and flying back home over the seas with the hockey gear. That was something that I will always remember. Okay,
so before we get into the rules and format of this year's tournament, we're gonna go to Throwback Friday. We'll call it Flashback Friday. That's what they call it, right? So, Jakub, you're familiar with 3-on-3. You actually scored a big overtime goal in Toronto back on November 6, 2015. We've got that highlight for you. Ken, do you remember this goal specifically?
Well, what I remember about that game, Danielle and Jakub, is that Dylan Larkin's first game of the year was against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then a little bit later on, I believe it was the month of November, that's when you had the big overtime goal. So it was just an outstanding goal. And I'll tell you what, it's a goal scorer's goal, Jakub.
It was, again, that was something that I will always remember. I didn't score many goals, but this is the one that always going to stick out the most. In Toronto, overtime goal. Great memories.
And you got to play a year with Dylan Larkin too, and I know you still watch hockey pretty regularly and follow what the Red Wings are doing. How have you seen him progress to now being the Red Wings captain?
It's exciting. I'm so happy for him. I just ran into him not too long ago, and just happy that he stick around here for next 10 years, I believe. And just a great guy. I remember him being as a little kid, and now he's the leader and the rock of this organization. So I'm just so excited that I'm going to get to watch him, and probably going to bother him for some tickets, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. You should. And so we always look forward to this 3-on-3 tournament at the end of the development camp week. This year, the format is just slightly different from what we've seen in years past. It will be 8-minute games, so they're going to move pretty quickly. The prospects are split up into 4 different teams. Each team will play a round-robin game against each other, and then after the round-robin, the teams will be seeded into semifinal matchups with the winners facing off in today's championship game. Ken, this is always a great place. We hear it all the time that development camp is not exactly about evaluation, but you get to showcase yourself a little bit for these young prospects.
Certainly, and what I'm looking forward to most importantly is the fact that the Red Wings just completed their draft this year, and all 8 players that were drafted are here today. So obviously we get our first look at the talent that was drafted by Steve Yzerman and his group. And there are some players that have been here before, guys like Pelika and the defenseman, and also Nate Danielson, Dylan James, just to name a few. But, for them, it's a little bit easier in year 2 as opposed to year 1. They're familiar with the coaching staff. They're familiar with the drills. And really this camp is all about making sure that these young players know everything about nutrition, power skating, things and tips that are going to make them great pros down the road.
Did you have that same nutrition training that they have now, the sleep training and all of that when you were coming up in the league?
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm here, to see the difference that would have been like when I came here in the summertime, early summertime. So I'm excited to see and ask some questions. I believe Clary or Horka will join us later on. So let's throw the questions on them, see what the answers we're going to get. But again, just to be in this incredible facility, I'm excited to be here and see.
And Ken, you mentioned that all of the Red Wings draft picks from last week, the 2024 draft class, they're here. And in the first matchup, we're going to have Team Watson-Patton and Team Mickish-Bruce. And on that team, on Team Watson, we'll start with Michael Brancic-Nygaard, the 15th overall pick for the Red Wings in that draft. first Norwegian drafted in the first round, which is very cool for him. But this will be our first look at him in some game action.
Well, he's a big, strong, tall forward. That's one thing I noticed when I was here Monday, just watching him skate on the ice for the first time. And the thing about him is he's already a really top-notch defensive player. Big, strong, and he's going to work on his offensive side of the game. But the good thing about him is the fact that he likes to go to the middle of the ice. And he's not one of these perimeter players that, it's hard for young kids to come in the National Hockey League. They all want to be perimeter players. Yeah. But he has a nose for the net, and he's going to work on his shot, which is already pretty good. But his defensive skills are probably better than any young kid that's come into the league so far or has been drafted.
And when you hear Steve Yzerman talk, the emphasis is always on defense right now. They're trying to get better defensively, so it makes sense that he was the fit there at 15th overall. Jakub, he actually played in the SHL against men, and he talked about that in his media availability this week, just how he feels that's prepared him, and he's going to step up to the next level next year in Sweden. How big can that be for a young player that's going to have to adjust to North American hockey soon?
I mean, again, it's coming from overseas, it's always a little challenging. But again, you just mentioned that he's already had the feel of playing in the men's hockey league. So again, coming over here, and whether he starts in Grand Rapids or in NHL, it shouldn't be that hard. But again, just coming here earlier, it's important, and I believe he's going to going in the right direction, and he's just gonna do just fine. He'll be fine.
And Jakub, you and I were talking with Daniella before our broadcast here today about how Norway are starting to their program's really developing right now, and you're starting to see some players being drafted and eventually be in the National Hockey League.
You just mentioned it again. We're lucky, Red Wings organization, that we draft a guy from Norway, and just to see where the Norwegian hockey, what direction is it going. Again, 2 guys drafted first round in NHL this year. It's something that, as you can tell, it's going the right direction, and we're just excited.
All right, now we'll take a look at Team Mickish really quick. Again, this is going to be Team Watson-Patton and Team Mickish-Bruce. So Emmett Finney is on that team, and Emmett was a 7th-round pick in last year's draft, the 2023 draft. He played really well in the WHL. He played for the Kamloops Blazers, and then he also got a few games in Grand Rapids at the end of the season. Ken, I got to chat with him. He was actually at our Sticks and Picks party, the draft party, last week, and he's really excited to be in Detroit. He was here a week early or so to get acclimated, but he loved the experience of Grand Rapids, and he just turned 19 last week, so it made me feel a little old, but excited to have Emmett and get to see how he developed over the year.
Well, the thing about development camp is you get these kids in, and they come in their first year, and they're a little bit nervous. They don't understand the drills sometimes. They're falling all over the place because they're not used to their, skates being sharpened by the same guy, and it's just, it's kind of an experience for him. But Finney is a guy that has really developed from year 1 to year 2, and he's just getting better as a hockey player. So it'll be interesting to watch him play here today. And again, that experience is valuable. And again, it's not about evaluation here.
Yeah.
It's all about making sure that they get the right training as far as being a good pro down the road.
Jakub, we talked about Branson Nygaard, and then we talked about Nate Danielson being here. This is his 2nd development camp, and I can throw Axel Sandin Pellikka in that mix too, because he was a pretty high draft pick himself. You were a high draft pick back in 2005, taken 19th overall by the Red Wings. Do you remember feeling a little bit of that pressure of being, a top 20 draft pick coming in to perform?
I remember coming here for my first time. Again, it was the old Joy Luz Arena, and being here for the first time, it was exciting. But again, I was a little nervous. I didn't know what to expect. But then, as you mentioned, there's guys that have been here already in the past, and I'm sure they're showing the path for the guys that have been drafted. So again, just to see. Being here in the summer, to get the feel of the city, it's something that I'm very excited.
Right, and some of these players, when they come in, you might see some of the current Red Wings around, right? So that could always be really helpful to see some of the guys that spend the summer training here at Little Caesars Arena. We know a lot of our Red Wings are from the area and live locally and train here, so they've talked about the experience of coming here during the summer. and being able to train with some of those guys and learn from them, which is great experience.
Absolutely, that's something that I remember too. That I was following up the Drapers, the Clearys, see what they did, and I'm sure these guys, they've been told what to do, and again, this is just an incredible facility overall, and there's so many places to train, and they don't call Michigan Hockey State for a reason.
Jakub, I was looking at your warm-up sweater you have here, and it's got your old number 4 on it, the Red Wing
Thanks
logo.
for noticing.
And I will say this: you walked in, I'm saying, like, man, you look like you're well enough to play for the Detroit Red Wings. And I will have to say this. You finally won a championship last year, didn't you?
I did. Thanks, Ken. I did. I believe after 18 years of playing hockey, I get to raise my first trophy in Norway. So it was very excited. Again, that's something that I will remember forever, and I didn't regret one thing through this my whole career. Just try to learn from the best, and obviously being drafted by the Red Wings and then show the right path, how to be a pro that's leading to where I am, and I still active player, and hopefully I can continue for another couple more years.
So it does look like that we're going to have Team Watson-Patton wearing white in this Game 1, and then Bruce will be in red for Game 1. The two players we previewed out there to start this one, Ken.
Yep, we're underway here as the puck is along the far boards, and now it comes out to center ice. Keenan slaps that puck over, and now they'll bring it back. Raklovsky at center ice. Czech player is out there.
Yes.
And now up across the line, Finney drops it back, and we are underway as the puck goes to Raklovsky. Keep an eye on him because he's very skilled, highly talented player. We just had the puck taken away from him right there.
What a good play.
There's always some great pace to 3-on-3. We know that. That's what makes it so fun. But they're starting off real fast here today.
Puck along the far wall, and they'll bring it ahead to set. Swept it out to center ice. They regroup. Quick change on the go. 2-on-2 developing. Centering it out in front. Here's a chance. It slid wide of the goal. Keenan after the puck along the outside rim of the right circle. Drops it to the trailer off the bench on a change. Comes out to Seeger. Seeger looking for some help. Another quick change. Feeling off the bench. Gets the feed from Seeger. Moves in left face-off circle. Spins away from Finney. Got it into the high slot. Now it's motored down low to the right circle. Seeger winding it up in the slot. Moves in. Pass in front. And that one went through everybody. And good play to get in front of the net that time. Puck is sent by Plant into the corner. And now it's a regroup the other way.
Yeah, that was a good shift. Like, as you mentioned, a pretty fast pace from the get-go, and it's interesting to see how things has changed too. They get to play 3-on-3. I remember those early days for me that we would play more 5-on-5. Now everything is keeping the puck, keeping the pace. Nice move.
Ali was stepped into, and now out to center ice. They come back 2-on-1. Hit over the line. Here's Johannes with a shot. He scores, and he picked the corner of the goal, and it's 1-0.
Oh, what a shot.
Hunter Johannes with the goal.
Hunter Johannes was signed by Grand Rapids back on April 3rd. He played for North Dakota last year, 31 games, 19 points, and then played 6 games with Grand Rapids. Didn't register any points in that stretch, but he's definitely an interesting player to watch being signed in April.
1-0 Team Watson-Patton with the lead on the Johannes goal. Mitten will circle in behind his own net. Team Mikish, and it comes up to Ali, and he'll go after the puck in the right corner. Kersey with a check and along the boards. Now dug it loose and behind the net. First shot of the game for Johannes, and he gives his team a 1-0 lead on the breakout. Over the line, Johannes drops it back. Dower Nielsen moves in behind the goal. He's a talented hockey player. Liam had the puck knocked away, and it came out to center ice. That's Whipple on a breakaway now. He moves in, he shoots, and fired it wide to the short side.
Post on that one.
Just missed, and Whipple was the guy that was just drafted by the Red Wings, Daniella.
Yeah, he was. That we mentioned that all 8 of the draft picks from 2024 are here, and getting a look at them is always something that's fun for us too, Ken, because you hear these names, you don't know everybody, but seeing a first look is always the best thing about this development camp.
Jakub, it used to be 3-on-3 was run and gun. Now it's pretty much where you look for the best opportunity, right?
Yeah, you just want to hold on to the puck and take your time and make the right decision and don't rush into anything, because once you do, it could go the other way pretty quick. So I like how they're not rushing into anything and they're trying to possess the puck out. There's a 2-on-1.
Brazil moves in with a
Nice
shot.
save.
A beautiful save right there.
That was a great save. I want to go back to John Whipple really quick. He was a draft pick. He was a 5th round pick in 2024, so just last
There you
week.
go.
And a 2-0 lead as that puck was shot upstairs.
Great shot. Great shot. Whipple was a 6'1" D-man. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew that, as he's got the breakaway opportunity, but another golden scoring opportunity that takes the 2-0 lead there, Ken.
And another one of the guys we were talking about, Michael Brandsegg-Nygaard, who was drafted in the 1st round by the Red Wings with that opportunity, and he scored.
That's exactly what you want to see, right? We talked about his defensive game in our pregame segment, and there's his offensive game right there.
Now another chance, as that one was knocked away by Miller, the goaltender, as Doucette tried to score from in close. Doucette was a player that was just signed recently by the Detroit Red Wings. 2-0 lead. Up across the line now, Doucette makes his way, backpedals into the corner on Tallinn, drops it for the trailer. Shot taken, Miller the save, and the rebound ends up in behind the goal. Finney looking on as the puck comes over on the right side. Now back to Finney on a 1-on-1. Quick change. Ali is on the ice, and Finney tried to cut in front. Good defensive
Yeah,
play
it was
right
a
there.
good stick, as you saw. Good stick on puck, and here we go. Now we go the other way.
Ends up into the corner. About 1:20 to go here in the hockey game. 2-0 lead for Team Watson-Patton. Ali in over the line. Cuts in front, moves it into the corner now, and back the other way. It's been all the Watson and Patton for the most part here in this hockey game.
And that is the white jerseys. Team Watson-Patton are the white jerseys.
Oh, here's a pass in front, a shot, and they score. Great opportunity right out in front of the goal, and that makes it a 1-goal game, and the clock stops with under a minute to go. 51 seconds to go.
That was Ross Mitten on the goal there, a free agent invitee to this camp, played at Colgate last season. Another thing that's interesting about development camp is getting to see some of the free agents that they bring in these situations, a chance for them to show how they've improved over the last year and find their way to an NHL roster.
51 seconds to go. Do you pull the goaltender right here?
I would. You know, I'm always team pull the goalie.
Here's a 2-on-1 developing.
I would do it with like 5 minutes left, though. That's my problem. I'd be bad at that.
Miller made the save. Kersey tried to score there from the left side. Down to 40 seconds to go, and a big face-off to Miller's right. Tower Nielsen in there for the Watson team. Lost the face-off. 1-goal game. Here's a long pass. Solivain over the blue line.
The goalie coming out.
Makes his way in, and he turns. The extra attacker is on with just 27 seconds to go. Trying to tie it up. Whipple from the blue line, who had a breakaway earlier with the shot. Knocked away by Oak. It ends up in the corner, now behind the goal. Puck dished up the left wing boards. Finney with a check on his man. It comes out to center ice. Ryklovsky will pick it up. Dump it out to the blue line. Lefebvre will intercept. Drop it back, buying more time in his own zone. Long shot towards the empty net, just wide as the horn sounds, and game 1 is over. And Team Watson with a 2-1 victory.
Michael Brandsegg-Nygaard with the game-winning goal in Game 1, Ken. I don't think you could script it any better than that, can you?
No, but you know, the other team, Mikis Bruce had opportunities too. Whipple had a chance. He hit across the goal post, and you know, it's a game of inches right now. But right now, you got to give credit to Watson-Patton's team as they take the lead.
Jakub, what'd you think? Game 1.
I mean, pretty quick pace for quite an early morning. So I'm excited to see what's going to come up next.
They're moving a lot faster than I was this morning to get here for the 7 a.m. call time. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Hey, how do players adapt to that? That's a good point, because when you got to get here early, and let's say you're here at the arena at 7 o'clock in the morning after they had a pretty grueling practice yesterday, what's it like for a player?
I mean, I'm sure they go through a good warm-up, solid warm-up, and the trainers do their job to get them prepared. But again, you know, they're young kids, and I believe, you know, they're full of energy. They're definitely more energized than all us up here. So again, I like to see their schedule, what time they have to report here, but 7 early, it is early time.
All right, for game 2, let's get a little preview in here. We'll have Team Lazary, Team Bain, and then Team Walters, Hirschfield, Armstrong out here for game 2. I do want to make mention there are some guest female coaches that are here for development camp, which is a really cool thing. They bring in some guest coaches that specialize, in different areas. So there's goaltending, there's skating, there's offense, and they bring them in for the week just to get some different perspectives. And Dan Cleary was talking about all he learned from bringing in new coaches like that, and women really growing in the coaching world, the player development world. So that's great to see them behind the benches here in the 3-on-3 tournament.
All right, we got the face-off game number 2 here. Lazary Bain, they're a team in red, and the white is Hirschfield Armstrong. So right off the get-go, here's a pass in front of the goal. Oh, wow, that was a nice move right there. And it's 1-0 Team Lazary Bain.
What a play, early start. What do we got? 11 seconds in, and we're already seeing the first goal.
Well, Nate Danielson is out there, and he's going to be a terrific pro, I believe, in a short time. I think sooner more than later.
I think so too. You could peg him for Grand Rapids, I think, this year. I think everyone's expecting that, and we'll see what he does at camp.
Eberle is the goaltender for Team Red here. Danielson will pick it up for his club to the Red Wing logo at center. Right down the middle, makes a shoulder fake, buying some time, works away from Keenan Draper, who is the son of Chris Draper.
Nate Danielson, calm, cool, collected. Great vision too, able to defend the puck really well, hold on to the puck.
Dylan James trying to win the one-on-one battle, moves in on a backhand, quick shot and a good save right there, and now back the other way. An odd man break. Draper lost the puck trying to penetrate the blue line, and it now comes out to center ice. Shai Buyam, he had a good career over at the University of Denver, Daniela.
Yeah, he did. Won a national championship a couple of years ago and played in Grand Rapids at the end of last year. So he's another guy that I would expect to make a push to make that Grand Rapids roster next year.
The other thing, his brother was drafted this year, right?
Did you see the interview on ESPN? They brought Shai up there with them, which is pretty cool to have two brothers playing at such a high level. We see it pretty often, actually. It must just run in those family genes.
Johansson picks up the puck now. He moves his way down to the left face-off circle, pulls up there, 1-0 lead. Pass broken up. And Moore couldn't get it away from Paquette. Now it's finally stolen, and up the right side, it's Forsland dropping it back to the trailer. 2-on-2 over the line. Here's a chance from right out in front. That was Moore with the backhand opportunity in close, and Eberle made the save. Paquette trying to dig that puck around the boards. Andre Becker is in after it. Now it comes back over to the blue line. Forsland hanging onto the puck, just drops it back as they regroup. And that's what we see a lot now. If the play's not there, Jakub, you just regroup, right?
You just mentioned that, and I like that they're not rushing into anything. They're trying to make the right plays rather than give the puck away, and it's better off to hold on to it and, again, take it back, take your time, regroup, and go from there.
1-0, that's our score. Team Zary Bain with the lead as it goes into the corner. Edwards to pick it up. Mellenbacher in behind his own goal. He will settle it down. Red Wings high on him as he brings it out to center ice. Twisting and turning, carries it over the blue line. Left circle trying to go coast to coast. Nice defensive play right there by Smith to take him off the puck.
That was a perfect example of how to play one-on-one.
As a player, a defenseman, what are you watching from the forward when he comes in like that?
It's, again, you just don't want to. Oh, here it comes in the breakaway. Nice save.
Sammy Stang right there with the shot on the breakaway. Good save by Eberle. Sandin Pellikka. Keep an eye on him. He is going to play next year overseas, but boy, I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of offensive strength, doesn't he, Daniela?
Yeah, and he was injured a little bit last year, but when he came back, he was just as fiery as he was before the injury, and he's a very exciting defensive prospect, and his offensive game is something that everyone's really excited about. The Red Wings had a defenseman like that in Shane Gostisbehere last year. Obviously, they lose him in free agency, but look at Sandin Pellikka as that type of player that likes to jump up in the offense.
Still needs to work on that overall defensive game, but he's an offensive threat, no doubt about it.
Yeah, if he can become a little bit more well-rounded, he's going to be a really good NHLer one day. If you can learn the defensive side and still be able to pick your spots offensively, that's lethal.
Keenan Draper in over the line, trying to cut down through the middle. Sticked off the puck right there as he tried to work his way in deep. Now Moore gets it down low to Draper. Spins with the puck, moves away from traffic. Brings it out to the blue line and drops it back. They regroup. Moore will take it back out to center ice. Now a quick change by Team Lazari Bain.
Didn't rush to anything, just took the puck back, wait for the other fresh guys to hop in on the ice, and here we go. Almost a chance right after it.
Good sandwich play right there by Johansson and James. James will pick up the puck, play it out to center. Up across the line, Johansson has it again, moves it down low into the corner. Paquette with a centering attempt and a one-time shot. Moving in was Johansson from the blue line.
He didn't mind, he wasn't scared to fill it in and just trying to find the open ice, and
down to a minute to go. Mellenbacher, Edwards knocked him off the puck. Mellenbacher resets, moves it over on the right side. 48 seconds to go.
Too many players, or what's going on?
Eberle, they're trying to get him off the ice, I think. Here's Mellenbacher moving it in. Out in front, a chance, and a beautiful save right there. Augustine with the save, and that's a player that we need to talk more about. LeClaire moves it out in front. Augustine the save again. In the slot, a one-time shot. Save made. Scott tried to score, and now they settle it down. There goes Augustine for the extra attacker as we have 14 seconds to go. Pelika in over the blue line. Trying to find a free player. Pelika gets the feed, moves it across. It's off a stick. 3 seconds to go. Scott will intercept, and he will hang on, and it's a 1-0 victory for Team Lazari and Bain.
Ken, you mentioned Trey Augustine. Definitely a player we need to be talking a little bit more about, as he played for the Michigan State Spartans last year, played at the World Champions, the World Juniors, and succeeded at every level, excelled at every level. Ken, he's an exciting young goaltending prospect for the Red Wings. So young, sometimes people forget just how young he actually is, 19 years old.
You know, he's very mature for his age.
Yeah.
And I remember when Steve Yzerman came in, he was 18 years old. People were saying he's going on 25. The same thing with Augustine. Like, I heard him talk the other day to the media, and he just seems so calm, cool, and collective. And tell you what, the guy's got a big future. And he's played in a lot of big games, big tournament games already, and had a terrific year at Michigan State.
Well, he played with Alex Lyon, too, a little bit in that World Championship before Alex Lyon did come home after getting hurt. And Alex was talking about him, just that he forgot that he was 19 years old, thought he was dealing with, a guy that's 22, 23 years old that's already been around a little bit. But no, he's very young, very mature, and some great experience. He'll play at Michigan State again next season, which is excellent. That team's got something to prove. They want to get back into the Frozen Four.
Well, we're moving on here, Daniella. We've got Team Watson and Patton, who we saw in the first game, and they won their first game, and they're going against the team we just saw, Lazari Bain.
Ooh, back-to-back for Lazari Bain. Do you like that? Do you like that they don't get any rest, or is that a disadvantage?
It's good. A little advantage for them. They get to stay fresh and keep it going. So there we go.
All right, Kilpinen wins the face-off. The puck goes down low. Sebastian Gatto is the goaltender in red.
I just like they don't rush into things. That's one thing that I'm sure they're trying to teach them. Keep the puck. Don't throw the puck if you don't have to. Just make the right play, and
it's that controlled breakout too, right?
Right.
It's always important, Jakub, for that defenseman to make that first pass out of your own zone.
Exactly, and move the puck and get your feet going so you can hop in and help out, because in the end it's all about skating. The game is very fast, and you don't want to move the puck ahead and don't move your feet afterwards. So what I remember as a Red Wing, I remember always being told many times, just move the puck, first player you see, and get your feet going.
Here's James with a little feed over the blue line. Danielson drops it back. James with the shot, and the save made, and they keep it going. That's Andrew Oak, the goaltender for Team Watson and Patton. No score, 4:47 to go. Puck along the near wing. And almost intercepted by James. And now a quick breakout. Lead pass for James off his stick. He couldn't control it. Oak out of his net to steer it around the boards. Danielson gets there first, moves it into the corner. James drops it back on the blue line. Hanson with a shot, and he fired it over the top of the goal.
He almost missed that one. Way to find a hole. And
no score in the game. Phelan, he has the puck, and now a quick change by the boys in the white sweaters. Hunter Johannes, he scored in that first game for his club. Winding it up in his own zone. No score in the hockey game. Pass out the center. Missed everybody. And now Paquette will pick it up for Team Lazari Bain. Puck sticked across the blue line. Paquette races after it. Didn't get there first. And now it's stolen along the right side. Mellenbacher moves it out in front. Oak with the save. And he cradles the puck and hangs on. One happened in a little bit of a rush right there, but a good scoring opportunity from in close. So complete change by both of these two teams. LeClaire, Edwards, and Scott out there for Lazari Bain. They get set for the face-off. Puck sent around the boards, and now going in after Kersey, the defenseman for Team Watson Patton. Slowly brings it out to center ice. Little feed pass. Ransig Nygaard gets the return feed, cuts right out in front, knocked it down with his glove. And there we go. We talked about him going to the front of the net in our pregame show.
Yeah, you like how strong he is in front of the net. What a heads-up play to kind of knock that puck down, give himself a chance to score there. He's been really strong, looked really good through the 2 games he's played so far.
Scott laid it back middle of the blue line, behind the back feed over on the right side. Edwards with a shot chipped out in front.
I like that little play there that once he received it on the blue line, he would go the other way.
A chance, shot save made by Gatto as an opportunity. Did it go in? Yes, it did go in. That was Lefebvre, I believe, who scored the goal.
Look at that.
That's what's exciting about 3-on-3, that you just had a good chance on the other end, and next thing you know, 3 seconds later, the rush comes, go the other way, and they scored a goal. Just a quick pace overall.
Yeah, that was Chase Lefebvre, another free agent invitee. Played in Peterborough in the OHL last season. 39 points in 68 games played for him.
Lee Danielson, nice move to get around his man. Circles the net, forced into the corner. Nice backhand move to keep it alive. Now he's forced out the center, and here comes a breakaway and a penalty call on the play. Seeger moved in, and we've got a whistle and a rare penalty call. You don't see that too often in these development camp games.
I was going to say, we get to see the first penalty of this tournament.
Yeah, a little.
What are we going to get? Are we going to get a shootout, or are we going to get a 4-on-3 power play?
Well, we got a little breakaway in pursuit, though. Here's Danielson making his way in, and he tried to go 5-hole, and the goaltender Oak made a beautiful save.
Beautiful save. Close the 5-hole, and here comes the 2-on-1.
Pass over, Seeger drops it now, the trailer. Oh, and a good stick play right there to knock him off the puck. Now a breakaway for Danielson again. Can he score this time? Makes his way in on Oak. He shoots, he scores! Ties up the hockey game, 1-1.
Quick release under the glove. Beautiful shot. Always like that shot from the right-handed player coming out this way. Sometimes I wish I was born right-handed.
Tell you what, you give a guy like Danielson 2 straight opportunities on breakaways, you know he's going to score one of them, right?
That's right.
Talented hockey player. Game tied 1-1. Now they battle. Keenan with a centering attempt broken up. James the other way on a 2-on-1.
Nice
Tried to
stick.
get the return feed.
Great
And
stick by
Doucette came back and knocked him off the puck.
and knocked it down very nicely. Well done.
That's the forward coming back to help out the defense.
Great back check, yes.
Keenan in over the blue line. Game tied 1-1, minute 15 to go. Doucette throws it into the corner. He's a point getter. Goes after the puck. Now moves it into the corner. Keenan with a shot, getting a feed right out in front of the goal, and Gatto with a beautiful save. Well, he was wide open, Jakub, right there.
Yes. That's also what's very exciting about this 3-on-3, that as you saw this little back check a shift ago, that forwards get to play defense too. It's not like, here we go, let's just lay on a D and let them do the job. As you saw, this back check, it was a perfect example that the forward didn't give up and had to fill out the role for the D-man and nicely tracked his man back, and here comes another chance.
Good power move by Johannes. He scored in the first game, and he was stopped trying to make his way out in front of the goal. How much pressure is on goaltenders in these 3-on-3s?
It's a lot of chances. It's up and down a game, and goalies are definitely busy today, this morning.
We see some pretty good saves as this game is winding down. 17 seconds to go. It's a 1-1 tie. Behind the back, backhand try right out in front, and Oak with the save again. He's been busy goaltending.
It's been busy goaltending in the both end, and as you saw, he tried to do this little wraparound in the end, and great save.
We got a whistle and a face-off coming up. 13 seconds to go in this 1-1 tie. Hope, the goaltender, native of Shelby Township, 6'2" and 195 pounds. One last opportunity here, 6 seconds to play. In the slot, Danielson with a one-time shot, and he just missed. Boy, he had the chance.
We told us a one-timer from the ladies' team.
A one-timer from the ladies' team.
From the ladies' team. Wow, we ripped that one.
So it ends up in a 1-1 tie. And boy, I'll tell you what, some pretty exciting play, Jakub, here in the first 3 games.
As you mentioned, it's quite interesting to see this game up and down. Goalies have been busy both ways. I'm excited.
Bransig Nygaard, he's a guy that scored a goal, as we're going to get a little bit of a overtime play right here as the puck was shot. And good save there by Gatto. We're going to turn around here. We're going to, we're going to turn around here, and we're going to have Nate Danielson now try to win this game. Here he comes through center ice. He had the lone goal for his team. Goes wide to the right circle, cuts right out in front, drags the puck, shoots and scores.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Comes down, takes his time, makes the right decision, and finds a 5-hole open.
All right, so Danielson, Jakub, with the only goal, scored for his team, Lazari Bain, and also gets the shootout goal.
Again, here we go. There comes the right-handed shot that I liked and wished I was born right-handed.
Well, he's going to be a good one. He was picked Red Wings' first pick overall, Nate Danielson. And he is a terrific hockey player. And again, he was stopped by the goaltender at his first opportunity. But I'll tell you what, he had a good opportunity right there. He scored both goals for his club, and they ended up with the 2-1 victory. Jakub, again, you played so many years on the blue line. When you were growing up, did you have a choice to play the forward position or the defensive position, or did you always want to be a defenseman?
I mean, I started as a forward, but as I remember being a young, and one time the coach tapped on my shoulder and he asked me, hey, would you be interested to switch position and try to play defenseman? So I was very young at that time, and I just said, yeah, why not? And believe it or not, somehow I played a game, and I felt pretty good up there, and I stayed defenseman since that day.
Yeah, I was thinking about Jonathan Eriksson, who you know, and he was actually a forward, and when the Red Wings scouts went to scout him, one of the defensemen was sick, so they needed a guy to play back on the blue line, and that was the game the Red Wings scouts looked at him as a defenseman and say, wow, this guy's pretty good, we're going to scout him, and he ended up being a defenseman.
You're right, and again, he's that type of guy that he had a great career as a Red Wing player, and could you imagine if he would have stayed as a forward, being 6'5" feet tall, and being tough and strong. So he had an excellent career as a defenseman, but I can see him playing a forward as well. So great for him.
Yeah, so it's amazing, the transition that you have to make. And then I look at a guy like Matthew Dandino. In his career, he was a forward, and then he went to become a defenseman. So he played in both positions, and I always thought, is it an easier transition to go from forward to defense or defense to forward?
I believe when you go from defense to forward, it's much easier transition. I remember me finishing off the career in NHL. I get to play a forward in my last NHL game, and again, it was you just knew in the back of your mind that you had that defensive mentality, and then you didn't want to do anything extra. You try to keep it simple. So I always had it in the back of my mind to be more on the defensive side. So definitely coming from the D to forward was a much easier transaction.
All right, what are your thoughts so far about these 3 games that we've witnessed so far in the 3-on-3?
It's exciting time. It's exciting. A lot of chances. Goalies are very busy. Again, it's up and down hockey, and I'm just excited what's going to come up next.
Well, we got some more games coming up. We thank you for tuning into the stream, and now we're going to throw it to a video, and we'll be right back.
I want to talk. I don't know what to say. Yeah. I'm going to watch you guys do it first. Holy. Huh? Slow, man. That's going in, right? That's going in.
Oh, yeah. Any lead.
He tipped it on the goalie.
Any lead, that's it.
Pelly.
Pelican?
Yeah, some people call him that, but mostly Pelly. Swedish.
Food you think shouldn't exist?
I'm gonna say pineapple on pizza. That doesn't work.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, you don't like pineapple?
No, not on pizza. Pineapple on pizza.
Oh, controversial.
Mayo.
I'll go mustard. I think mayo's pretty good.
Guacamole.
What?
Cauliflower. Hey, I didn't even get put in. Probably beets. I'm sorry to Dwight, but I didn't get put in the video.
What was your
That was
answer?
insane. Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
Did I get Seward though?
Yeah, you got Seward a little bit. But we got you today. Walk back and give a good answer and you're in.
Brussels sprouts.
Good one.
Alright, baked beans. Not a fan.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, not a fan.
No, I like everything. I'm not picky.
like everything?
Seriously, I'm not picky.
I like everything.
Okay.
I like absolutely everything.
There.
Brussels sprouts. Tofu. Tofu.
That's actually a popular answer.
Sardines.
I'm not a broccoli fan. I don't like it.
Anything like crazy spicy. I don't understand like the joy in eating things that are spicy. Anchovies.
There you go.
Tomatoes. I hate tomatoes. Brussels sprouts.
Brown beans.
What's a brown bean? Like baked beans?
Yeah, baked beans. Beans that are brown. Mushroom.
I think
Cantaloupe.
whoa. That's a new one.
I don't like bananas.
Whoa.
Fiskbulla.
What's that?
Swedish thing.
Surströmming. It's a type of fish. It's like a sour fish.
Ham. 100%.
Babble.
I'm gonna go with Cromwell asparagus.
Welcome back inside the Belfort Training Center for the 2024 Red Wings Development Camp 3-on-3 tournament. Joining me right now, Assistant General Manager and Director of Amateur Scouting, Chris Draper. First question is the most important one. You're usually a coach for this thing. You're watching from your little heated facilities up there overlooking the ice. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm in the comfortable perch up there, nice and warm. Well, I was invited to coach the 1 year, and I ended up winning the tournament, and I beat Dan Cleary. And you know how that goes. Since then, I haven't been invited back to coach.
Well, I guess you can't beat the boss, right?
Well, and you know, I went 1-0 in a tournament. I'm a champion. And I guess I just retired that way. So here we are.
That's right. Never lost. So we'll keep it that way. But obviously, you've got all of your picks from the 2024 draft here at Development Camp. So you get to get a little look at them. And I know you guys aren't really evaluating, but how excited are you to get all 8 of those picks here this week?
Yeah, it's great. I think, and more importantly, it's great for them, you know, to have an opportunity, you know, going right from, you know, if they were at the draft, and then coming right into Detroit. And even some of the players that we selected, you know, weren't at the draft. And, you know, by Saturday night, they had flights to Detroit, and everyone got in here on Sunday with their equipment, which is obviously just as important. And we're able to be a part of this. So it's, I mean, Dan Cleary and Nicholas Cronwell, they do it's a first-class production, all with everyone doing it, and I know all these young prospects appreciate everything they're getting over the week.
We'll talk Michael Bransigny, guard specifically. You guys take him at 15 overall in the 2024 draft, and I know you've been watching him for probably years at this point, but now you get to see him as a part of the organization, interacting with some of his future teammates, and here on the ice at development camp. What are your early impressions from that standpoint?
Yeah. You know what, Michael, he had a great year playing in Mora and in the Allsvenskan, playing against men. You know, he's a big, strong kid. He can really shoot the puck. He's very competitive, and you know those are the characteristics and attributes that we really liked about him. And it was a little bit of a slow start for him, but you would expect that from an 18-year-old kid going to play against men. The second half of the season, World Juniors, he played really well for Norway. And then had a strong second half for more and a really good playoff, and that was something that we were excited to see. And then obviously ended on a real high note, playing in the World Championships for Norway as well. So his second half was the type of player that we got excited about.
Some of the guys that are back here for their second years, high-end prospects, Nate Danielson, Axel Sandin-Pellikka. What have you seen from them in development over the last year, and what have they brought into development camp this year?
You know what? I think obviously more comfortable. I think after Nate scored his goal, he actually showed some emotion, so that's fun to see. He's just a hockey player. That's what we love about him. Just does it the right way. He ended up getting traded this year from Brandon to Portland and had a great playoff run and with the team, and then for us, more importantly, individually had a great run. And Axe, obviously, I mean he had an incredible season, winning a championship with Skellefteå. World Juniors, he was so good for Sweden. So it's great to see those guys come back, and you just see they're more comfortable when they come back in here. More familiar faces. They know what to do. We want the second year guys coming in to kind of have a little bit of a leadership role and a mentor role for some of the younger guys, because they were nervous last year and they know that these guys are going to be nervous, and two quality people, and that's something that obviously we're big fans of as well. So they've settled in and certainly having fun right now.
We're going to have Dan Cleary on later in the show, and I've got some questions for him because Pavel Datsyuk has been here this week. He's not behind the benches for one of these teams either, so I've got a little bone to pick with him. But how cool is that, right? So Pavel comes in. Some of these kids are like, oh, my goodness, that's Pavel Datsyuk right there, Hall of Famer, going to be in November. But just to have him around some of your young players has to be a perk.
Incredible to have Pav here, and you know what? It's like he's had so much fun. That's something. I was just talking to him, before the games were starting, and I just asked, did you have a good week? And he goes, I can't stop smiling. I feel so, so comfortable to be back with the Red Wings. So many good memories, and it was great. You got, obviously Pav's here. Then you have myself, you have Nick Lidstrom, you have Nicholas Cronwell, you have Dan Cleary, Yuri Fisher. So you have a lot of his former teammates, and we haven't seen Pav in a while. So it's been a great week, and you know what? I was loved how he was interacting with all the prospects all week. It was like, right from the get-go, he was getting in and he was excited and he was involved. And I mean, are you kidding me? For a young prospect, and you get to talk to Pavel Datsyuk about anything, and so we were thrilled to have him, and he was excited, to be here, and it's been a great week, and everyone who benefited were the prospects, and that's the most important thing. That's what this is all about, is for them.
It's really cool. We were all super excited to see that he was on the ice this week too. Drapes, thanks so much for taking the time to join us. I hope you get to take a little break after this camp wraps up.
So thanks, Danielle. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. We'll be back with more from development camp.
Hey, Alex. Unfortunately, not going to be able to drive the dog bus today. I'm at a wedding in Italy. I'd be more than happy to take over for you today, driving these doggies around. It's always a great day when you're driving around man's best friend. Go Wings.
All aboard, gang. Let's go for a ride.
Okay, see you. Have fun.
Go, guys. See you later, gang.
All right, we're back to 3-on-3 action, and it's Team Mikish Bruch and against Team Hirschfeld Armstrong as we get going here. Klopski, he is a Czech player. Again, we had a breakout season last year. Lays the pass to Finney up across the blue line.
Yes, he did. He had an excellent season playing in the highest league in Czech Republic. And
almost a point-per-game player. He had
very impressive, Ken.
Sandin Pellico with a chance, backhand try, and that's on the doorstep. The goaltender Boya is down. The puck is dug loose, and now Finney will settle it down. But boy, he was straddling across the goal line right there. Albin Boya, the goaltender. Quick change by Team Hirschfeld Armstrong, and now up the right side. Here they come. Zeal in over the blue line, pulls up left circle, drops it down low into the corner. Nice pick off that time. Keenan Draper is out at center ice looking for a feed.
Good stick there. Good help.
Zeal tried to move in. It was broken up and it comes out to center ice. Zeal again lifts it ahead to Ali. In over the line, 2-on-1. Ali moves in, shoots the puck, save made. Rebound goes into the corner. That's Rudy Guimon, Daniela, who's in goal for the white team right there.
Yeah, he was a very interesting prospect. We got to meet him last year at development camp. Very smart kid and very determined to be good at what he does. So I'm glad to see him developing, getting the invite back here this year. So really interesting prospect. Like I said, super smart and really wants to do well at what he does.
Team Lazare Bain is 2-0 so far in the early goings here. They're on top in the standings with Watson Patton 1-1 and Walters Hirschfeld Armstrong 0-1. Forsland moves into the corner. Checked it along the boards. Good defensive play. Solove looking for a loose puck in the corner. Stang will pick it up. Now move it back towards the blue line. Shot taken, save made by Boya, and he will hang on. Now, if you're a defenseman right there, Jakub, are you just trying to get that puck on goal, look for a rebound?
I'm trying to drag it to the middle and get the right shot, get the right opportunity. But it's also, you have to look it up and see if there's anyone in the front, if it makes sense to just to throw it in the belly, in the pillow. That's what we call the shot. But again, the main focus is to wait for the forward to get in the net and give him the chance to tip the puck or be in the front of the ice goalie. And now we got a goal.
The goaltender a little bit out of position there, Guimon, and that puck just slid across the goal line. And Team Mikish Bruch with the 1-0 lead. Have to wait and see who's going to get credit for the goal, but it is a 1-0 lead for Team Mikish Bruch. They are in red. Hirschfeld Armstrong, that team is in white. Whipple will pick it up. 3 minutes to go here in the game. There's Ryklowski scooping it up and moving out across the blue line over to the right side of the ice. Moves a backhand in front, save. And Finney with the opportunity and Guimon with the save. Back on the line, Whipple just pulls it back. He was recently drafted by the Red Wings a week ago. Whipple tried to play it across. Baker intercepted it. Sandin Pellica moves it up the left wing now, pulls away from traffic. Pass over the blue line, off. Becker moves into the corner. Trying to kick it to his forehand, he does.
Looks like that goal was going to be credited to Justin Solovey, the free agent invitee. He played in Muskegon in the USHL last year, had 47 points in 55 games.
Whipple moves in, his shot blocked by Baker. He got a stick on it to deflect it away.
He did, but I also like the job from the forward, not giving up on the play and tracking back.
There's Brendan Ali racing up the right side on Draper. Draper in pursuit, and that play, I believe, is offside up across the line. Keenan Draper played at the University of Michigan over the last couple of years, and like his dad, he's a fire plug out there, and he's a hardworking guy, and I really enjoyed that interview with Chris Draper there, Daniela.
It's always great to catch up with Chris Draper. He was joking about how he gets to watch from the perch this year, and he's not behind the benches freezing with his gloves on. But he thinks it's clear he's got something against him for winning the tournament. So
I think he got blackballed there.
Yeah,
that says it all for two of them being so competitive in the game and of the ice. And I remember Cleary and Draper always going back and forth. So it's great to see them to be competitive on even up the ice.
I don't think there were politics in these situations, but the puck is up along the near side, and Smith to get it back down. Pass in front, quick shot off the iron.
The goalie out too, so here we go now, empty netter, so that may...
Empty net opportunity, a little drop feed. Ali with the empty net, he makes it count. And it's 2-0, and that should do it for Team Mike's Bruce as they take a 2-0 lead.
I like the little drop pass there instead of trying to take it in on his own. Ali gets the finish.
Well, if he didn't drop that pass and you played so many years in hockey, you'd be giving him an earful, wouldn't you? When he's shooting the puck, there's other guys on the team, right?
Yes.
Right, there goes the goaltender. Stang picks it up right out in front. Good defensive coverage. A chance in front. Savage score. That's Red Savage.
Just again, 1 minute, under a minute left, and you see how they're competitive, and they didn't give up on the play, being down 2-0, and we still have a game. So let's see if we're going to get the goalie out again.
Yeah, plenty of time. 54 seconds to go. Puck comes out towards the blue line. Solove winding it up in his own zone. Brings it quickly out the center. Good skater.
What a skater. What a move.
Yeah, shot taken too. That play looked like it was offside.
Yes. Definitely getting on the horse.
Well, here comes the goaltender, Guimond. Last opportunity to tie it up. 2-1. That's our score.
Goalie out again, and
that to our left is empty. Zeal picking it up in the corner. Steers it around the opposite way. Solove will pick it up. Checked in along the boards by Red Savage. Pass comes over to Pellica. Bounces out to center ice. Mitten trying to steal it away. Pellica recovers to pass it over to Forsland. 9 seconds to go. Gotta hurry.
Got a chance here.
Here's a pass in front, broken up. Savage with a chance to tie it up, and he drilled it over the crossbar. In the slot, another opportunity at the horn by Forsland, and the save made by Boya, and a great opportunity in the end with the goaltender pulled. But in the end, it was Mike's Bruce with the 2-1 victory.
Man, you got to love that effort all the way to the very end there. And
Absolutely.
I'm a huge fan of Red Savage.
It's not over until it's over. You just saw
right.
the big chance in the end and could have been tied.
Yeah, Red Savage played at Michigan State last year along with Trey Augustine. He'll go back and play his senior year before hoping to turn pro the following year. So big fan of his, the centerman that is excited to get back to Michigan State with a really good team in East Lansing. So definitely looking forward to that. I want to let everyone know that due to some really great support from our Hockeytown faithful, which we always have, the Red Wings are proud to introduce the new Winged Wheel Nation waitlist for season tickets. Fans can join this waitlist now and claim a priority spot. You can place a deposit for as low as $50, which can be applied toward a membership for the 25-26 season, or jump the line VIP style. We all like to be VIP once in a while. And you can get waitlist priority by purchasing a 10-game plan for this season. Waitlist members get a first crack at purchasing individual game tickets for the upcoming season before they go on sale to the public, and priority for Red Wings playoff tickets, which we know is coming sooner rather than later. A lot of other amazing exclusive benefits too. For more information on Wing Wheel Nation, you can claim your spot on the wait list. Go to DetroitRedWings.com/waitlist. The first time since Joe Louis, Ken, that there's been a wait list for season tickets, so very exciting.
Absolutely. I have the updated standings right now. Team Lazari and Bain 2-0 perfect record. Then you have Watson, Patton 1-1, Mike's Bruce 1-1, and Walters, Hirschfield, Armstrong 0-2. And now we've got Hirschfield, Armstrong against Watson and Patton as the puck comes out to center ice. I know it's hard to follow for our people watching the streams as far as the names go, but try to keep you up to date. Plant in along the boards, moves it ahead. Now it's broken up. Baker looking on as the puck comes into the left corner. Moore sidesteps the check. Finds daylight at the blue line. Now he'll just regroup and bring it out to center ice. And in pursuit, Keenan watching him closely.
Max Plant is a member of Team Watson Patton, who's out there right now. He was the Red Wings' second-round pick this year, played for the U.S. National Development Program. Another really exciting prospect to watch. We haven't talked too much about him with some of the other big names in this tournament, but he's definitely one that Red Wings fans are going to want to watch.
Plant's a guy who had a really good growth spurt too, and it wasn't too long ago, Daniella. He was only 127 pounds and only about 5'5", but he made his way up now. He grew to about 5'11" and put on some weight. Here's a pass in front, a rebound, a shot, and a goal. And it's 1-0 Team Hirschfield Armstrong, and picking up that goal right there was the forward Braden Edwards. So Edwards gives his team a 1-0 lead. Following up on a rebound, that's good to do.
Yes. And as you mentioned, Ken, right before the goal was scored, this is a perfect time for them to be here. Also, as you mentioned, they're learning the nutritionists and what to eat and what kind of workouts they have to go through it, and the kitchen they have here. You guys just saw this facility; it's amazing. So I'm sure these kids they're gonna be sent home with the right directions and the right recipe, what to eat, how to gain weight. Some of them, so it's a full package deal here.
They didn't have those chefs when you played, did they?
We did not, barely.
It's very specific plans for each prospect too, which the development team puts together, that they expect not only the prospect but the coaching staff and all of that wherever they're playing to kind of help implement that before they become a professional hockey player.
Did you have a favorite meal, Jakub?
My dad has changed since, but again, like being young and not knowing so much about the nutrition, again, a lot of eggs, a lot of granola and yogurt, but now these days I call it lighter, better. The hungriest horse kicks the most. That's how I looked at it.
I'll tell you what, if you get into the broadcasting business, you go heavy all the time.
Little Caesar's Pizza.
There you go. Wrist shot taken right there by Liam Dower-Nielsen, and we've seen him a couple of years already.
That's right. His brother, Noah Dower-Nielsen, now part of the system too, but we have seen them both a couple of years.
Forsland with a shot on a 2-on-1, elected to shoot. How do you know when you should pass the puck or shoot the puck? Just read the play?
this was the defenseman played a really good. He just stood steady, didn't give the forward much to choose. They didn't give him any bites, so he decided to take the shot. So again, me as a defenseman, I didn't take many 2-on-1 in my career, but I always like to pass. Again, if I always had to choose, I'd rather pass than take the shot. That's for sure.
I guess if you have a guy like Yzerman, you're going to pass the puck over to him, right?
Absolutely.
All right, 1-0. That's our score. 2:35 to go in this game. Left side, that is Baker trying to move it back. It's intercepted right out in front of the goal, and now lifted out to center ice. Moore back the other way. Moves in, shoots the puck off a stick of a defender and out of play. That was Brady Cleveland who made the play right there, and he's a guy who played at Wisconsin. Didn't play a lot of games last year, Daniella, but he's a big, tall defenseman and continues to work on his offensive part of his game.
Yeah, 6'5", 209. The Red Wings have really stashed some sizable defensemen in this organization. So, yeah, he's playing at Wisconsin. Only played 17 games last year. Didn't register any points in those games. But like you said, Ken, this is a kid that's going to work on getting bigger, stronger, really fill out, and know how to use a big body like that.
There we go.
Good move by Plant to get Seeger going. Poke check and a penalty called on the play. What I liked about that play is how Plant protected the puck, slowed down, and enabled to get that pass over to allow the player to come in and get a good scoring chance.
Yes.
So we get a penalty shot here? Is that what's happening?
Yep. And here's what's going to happen. The player's going to pick it up at center ice. Looks like it's going to be Seeger. Then you have everybody in pursuit. And here he goes. Seeger makes his way in. Right side, Draper in pursuit. He shoots the puck, and the save was made. So not scoring on the breakaway penalty shot right there. And now we've got a whistle in the face-off coming up. 1-0 is our score. Minute 15 to play here in this game. Seeger, Plant, Keenan out there for Watson Patton's team. They get ready to drop the puck in that far face-off circle. From the draw, the puck along the left corner. Controlled breakout. Pellica picking it up. Back pedals over to the right side, head up, moves it across. Left circle feed, and that one into the corner as Becker tried to knock that puck away. Keenan will scoop it up in behind his own goal. Andre Becker in
pursuit. Get the goalie out now, and they get a short 4-on-3.
Out along the right side, a breakout. Pellica picks it up, logged a lot of ice time so far. Now it's moved ahead. Goaltender pulled, and the next Empty that goal by Forsland, who fires it in. That should do it. 17 seconds to go. 2-0 lead for Team Hirschfield Armstrong.
You got those standings over there still? Where does that put Hirschfield Armstrong if they...
This will be unofficially their first victory. So they're 0-2, so this will be their first victory. And Team Watson will be 1-2. Phelan moves it ahead. Over on the right side, Doucette. Stick handles down low into the corner. 5 seconds to play in the game. Calling for the puck. Johannes, nice move. Gets the shot away and the save made. And a 2-0 shutout is your final score.
Beautiful move there in the end.
Team Watson with the 2-0 victory as we are set for the next game coming up.
Guys, we saw the Red Wings announce their schedule earlier in the week, and October 10th, opening night against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Single game ticket info for both preseason and regular season, including theme nights, promotions for the 2024-25 season will be announced soon. So make sure you stay tuned to Red Wings social media and redwings.com for all the updates on single game tickets. Opening night is always so much fun, Ken. So we've got the Penguins in town on top of it. We know that matchup is still a rivalry to most fans here in Detroit. They always like to beat Pittsburgh.
Absolutely, and it's a great way to open up the season when you ever play a game against Sidney Crosby, and I'm sure it was a battle every time. Jakub, you went against Sidney Crosby?
Absolutely. Again, having the best player still at this age 37, and still on the top of his game, and again, opening nights are the best nights. I remember, I don't think I have lost one, but it was always, everyone was super extra pumped, and I'm excited for the city. I'm definitely going to be watching the game here.
I think the Red Wings play the Penguins on New Year's Eve this year too, Ken. So another marquee matchup with the Penguins.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those New Year's Eve games are a lot of fun. It's a tradition here in Detroit. And now we are set for the live action again. This time it's Mickish Bruce against Lazary and Bain. Yep.
Game 5, here we go.
Dylan James up the right side now. Lost possession of the puck over the blue line. If he touches it, it's offside. He does. And that was a good pinch there by the defender.
Yes.
For Lazary Bain.
Stick on puck. And got it nicely done. Force him to make it offside.
Nate Danielson on Team Lazary Bain, just a reminder. Center taken last year.
He had 2 goals earlier in the game as he scored a penalty shot goal to win it. Moves in and behind the net. The thing I always like about Danielson, and I saw it last year, is every time he loses the puck, he fights to get it back. A lot of guys, they'll just wait and say, well, I'll get it the next time. But when he loses the puck, he's always fighting to get it back, and that's a good sign.
It's a great sign. That's a sign that the Red Wings are looking for, the competitive guys like this, and never give up on the play. And it's very important, and I'm sure that's going to be the message for the guys when they go home after this camp, you know. Competing. It's all about competing the game.
That's a true 200-foot player, too. I know that can sound cliche sometimes, but when you have a center that can work both in the offensive zone, can keep the puck and battles to get it back, that's the type of player you want. Plays responsibly in the defensive zone, and he prides himself in that. He actually was one of the few young players that focuses on defense these days.
Dallas with a chance out in front. The save made right there as he tried to score. 4:20 to go here in the game, and after this hockey game, we are down to the seeding, and we get to the quarterfinal game.
That went fast.
Yeah. Of course, these players want to get out of here. They're going to have lunch, and then they get to the airport and go back home.
That's right. Get a little summer break in, right?
It's been a long week for some of the players that they have been drafted and spent a few days in Vegas. So I'm sure they're excited to go home and share it with their own families where they got drafted and share all this experience. So I'm sure they all want to go home and have an excellent summer and prepare for the next chapter.
Well, Jakub, when you were drafted, you actually watched online, right? You weren't there, and you were a first pick for the Red Wings.
I did, believe it. Yes, I was watching with my father in a computer back home, and that time, if you had a computer, you were a cool kid, and somehow we managed to watch it online, and me being drafted by the Red Wings, it was something that I never expected because before that we had these combine tests in Toronto, and I've talked to every single team, and Red Wings was the only one that I didn't talk. So when the Red Wings were up to to do the pick number 19, I basically didn't even watch because I knew I wasn't going to go to Detroit because I never talked to them. I never got any impulse or any signal that it was going to happen. But then as my name got pulled up, I was very excited. I was honored, and our phone rang immediately. So it was. I still have a goosebumps right now to talking about it. So it's been exciting and memories that I will have always forever.
Play is offside, no score in the game, 2:38 to go. And I think Kenny Holland was holding the cards close to his vest. He didn't want anybody to know that he was actually looking at you and drafting you.
Kept the ace card in his pocket.
2:24 to go, puck is in the corner. Steered around the boards. Battling for it. Mitten comes away with a puck, and he'll backhand it up the left wing wall. Comes out to center ice. Partial breakaway. Moving in. Here's a shot. Save made, and that was a great opportunity. Solove, and now back the other way. In over the blue line. Left circle feeds Scott with a shot, and that one knocked away. Along the left side, it's Klopski scooping it ahead over the line. Here's a chance. Savage to make that. Finney scores. Finney cut right out in front and shot it in to give his team a 1-0 lead.
Nice pass in the center ice. Nice little sauce pass.
That's how it all started. And we saw the speed from Finney, and we talked about him in our pregame show about him being in his second camp here, development camp, and he paid dividends with that goal.
Yes.
All right, so it's 1-0 favor of Mikish Bruce. And now again, here's Raklovsky moving in with a chance. In close, and the save was made. James comes out of his own zone. There goes the goaltender, minute 24 to go. So they're pulling him early here. Nate Danielson on the ice, trying to get the equalizer.
And here we go, 2-on-1 on the empty netter.
Pass across. Here is Raklovsky, and he scores. He's not going to miss that one. He knows how to put the puck in the net, and now it's 2-0 in favor of Mikish Bruce. But that all started with a great defensive play on a pass broken up right out in front.
Yes, and again, just Raklovsky, as we mentioned, obviously empty netter goal, but just the season that he had back in Czech, very, very impressive because I played that league myself, and it's very difficult. Very hard league, and he has a very bright future with the Red Wings, that's for sure.
Shai Buyam pinched in and tried to get the shot away. It was off a stick and off the end glass. Goaltender pulled, so trying to pull out all the stops here with just 52 seconds to go. Danielson, they need two quick ones here to tie it up. Drops it down low, shot taken left side off the post. Along the left side, and empty net. Busting down the right side, trying to fend off a check is Brendan Ali. Now to the trailer, left side. Vallis, that one off his skate, moves down low into the corner, and the puck is picked up by Shai Buyam. Cuts in front of his own goal, pass off a stick right to the front of the net, blocked into the corner. Whipple turns in behind his own goal, 20 seconds left. Turned it over, a pass across, and it ends up in the left circle. Danielson dropped it back, moves it over, right side. Whipple picking it up in the corner. He was just drafted a week ago by the Red Wings. Now it comes over to the left side. And now it comes back towards the blue line. Broken up. It's cleared away by Vallis. And there goes the horn. And the team, Mikish Bruce, with a 2-0 shutout win.
Game 5.
Overall impressions of that game?
Exciting. A lot of empty netters too. Again, it's a game of risk too. Sometimes you have to pull the goalie, and it's those games have been close so far. And
I'll tell you what, that was the first loss for Team Lazari and Bain. They were perfect 2-0, Jakub, and boy, the upset right there. And now we've got some tight standings here, as unofficially we have 3 teams at 2-1 and 1 team at 1-2. So it'll be interesting to see how the seeds will end up here.
We've got to look forward to now. I believe this is Game 6 coming up, and it's been exciting. It's been tight. It's been tight all these games, so anyone can win. And
You know, there's 2 players that really have stood out so far, and they're both high-quality players. Nate Danielson always seems to, whenever he's out on the ice, the puck seems to go to him, and he scored a couple of goals. Not that goal scoring means a lot in development, in this 3-on-3 tournament. But the thing about him is, he stood out, and I think Sandin Pellica back on the blue line, whenever he's been out on the ice, he's been making heads-up plays.
As you mentioned, just both of them very, very confident kids, and very, very confident, both kids, and the way how they look out there, the way how they slows down the game, the way how they're calm. Just very excited prospects to watch, and Red Wings are very, very, very lucky to have these two on the board.
All right, let's go downstairs. Daniella Bruce is standing by with her special guest.
Thank you, Ken. I've got Emmett Finney with me, goal scorer of one of the goals for the winning team in that last game. Emmett, I know they tell us that development camp is not always about evaluation, right? But you want to make good impressions, especially being here for the second time. So how do you feel you're doing that this week?
Yeah, I felt like it's been a good week for myself, just trying to come in each day and work hard and showcase my talent.
And you played in Kamloops in the WHL last year, but you got a taste of the AHL with Grand Rapids for a few games. Just getting the taste of the AHL, what'd you learn from that experience?
Yeah, you learn a lot. Obviously, it's a way faster and stronger league, so it just shows where you got to get your game to, and what I got to do this offseason to get my game there.
Can you elaborate on that? What are some of the things you feel like you need to do in the offseason to get to that next level?
Yeah, just obviously getting stronger and faster. Just everybody's just a little older at that next level, so just getting my strength up is a huge part for me.
So what's next for you after camp wraps up here today?
Gonna go back home and just start training again. So yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, well, it's been great to have you here this week, Emmett. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Ken, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Daniella. I am joined by the Assistant General Manager of the Grand Rapids Griffins, Sean Horkoff. He joins Jakub Kindl, the former Red Wing, and overall impressions of so far what you've seen, Sean, from this development camp in the 3-on-3 games.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, the 3-on-3 is, for us, it's just a chance to kind of see the players skate. And, at this time of the year, there's not a lot of evaluation going on, but I think it's fun to get them in a competitive situation and have them get out here and play against each other a little bit, just finish the week off.
Exciting year in Grand Rapids. Had a pretty good run in the playoffs. What were your overall impressions of the team and how they performed?
I thought it was great. We got off to a little bit of a rough start, but we had a lot of young players in the lineup. A lot more than we normally would have in any calendar year. But we stuck with our plan, our development plan, and they got great. And we got, obviously, as the year went on, a lot of our key young players really established themselves and made a nice little run in the second half of the season to put us in a pretty good situation. And lost a tough Game 5 there in the conference finals. It could have went either way, but really proud of the group as a whole.
Edmondson, he's a guy that really played most of the year in Grand Rapids, came up here late in the season. How have you seen him develop, and is he ready for NHL play?
Yeah, we're going to find out. I mean, I thought when he came up in the second half of the season, I thought he played pretty well. He just has such a he's got a good toolbox. He's big. He's really mobile. He's a great passer. And I think one thing, his maturity and his competitiveness was increased. I think he defended harder last year and was able to kill plays more and use his size to an advantage. And I think with him and Albert Johansson and Jonathan Berger, and those kind of seem to be the guys from Grand Rapids that are ready to make the jump. So we'll see when camp starts.
Pavel Datsyuk was here helping out the guys. We got Jakub Kindl who's helping us out on the broadcast. But is it important to have some of these guys around to help out some of these younger players?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, Nick Lidstrom was here all week. Nick Cromwell was here. It's just nice to have, obviously, Pat being in the first time. Jakub here, and Danny. For us, it's such a strong tradition and a history of winning, and anytime we can have our kids around guys that have done it before at such a high level and been successful, I don't see how it's not an advantage. So it's nice to have the guys back and get our young kids around some experience like that.
Now, let me ask you this, or so me as a still active player. So, what's the message that you guys are going to send to the players when they leave to go through in the summer? What are you guys looking for?
Yeah, I think one thing that yesterday, I think it was the first time we've done it, but we had a hot stove yesterday with the kids that Chris Draper, Nick Lidstrom, Nick Cromwell, and Dan Cleary, and Phil O'Sara, goaltender coach. Just had a little questionnaire with each team, the three teams in here, and I sat in on one of them. I thought it was fantastic. Had the kids, ask these guys what it takes and some of their experiences that they went through as a pro and not just and how to become a pro. And I think the common theme is work. It doesn't matter if you're a superstar or if you're a you're a journey player that takes a long time to get there. And then second is there's different ways, there's different paths to get there, but there's no secret. You have to put the work in, you know. And I think it was nice to hear Nick Lidstrom talk about it. It was nice to hear Danny Cleary talk about it. You know, guys that got to the NHL in a different way. But at the end of the day, it comes down to work ethic. You know, we can put the best plan together possible, but you know what Jakub is a player. Like, we can't be with him 24/7. At the end of the day, it comes down to how much you want and how much work you want to put in. And that's really the message now is, guys, you come to development camp, we expose them to everything possible to make themselves a better player. Now it's up to you. You know, you have a full summer ahead of you. For a lot of these guys, we'll be back in camp in September. We put them through extensive testing, so we'll be able to see kind of the work that they've done through the summer.
Jakub spent 2 years in the minor leagues and then finally made it to the Detroit Red Wings. So, it's a good opportunity, I would imagine, Jakub, as a player, to go through the development phase and through all situations, because it's obvious not many players are going to make it right out of college or right out of junior and make it into the National Hockey League. So those years are valuable, aren't they?
Absolutely. I believe this is very important to get to know everybody too. And like you said, not everyone's going to make it, but it's the hockey. It's the game of the hockey. But again, at the end of the day, you get to come here, you get to explore, you get to experience everything, you get to feel the NHL vibe a little bit, you get to keep the jersey, the hockey equipment. So I feel, as I remember as a player, it was something that I took it back with me back to Czech and remember that forever. So I'm just excited to be here and watch the progress of these kids.
A couple of players that we were talking about, Sean, Nate Danielson, your overall impressions of him. Now this is his second development camp, and also Sandin Pellikka, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's going to be obviously Nate at the end of last year came into Grand Rapids and we were able to get into some games once his junior season ended. So obviously we're real high on Nate. He's you can just see he's a polished player. He's experienced, you feel like he's got a lot of experience even at a young age. He's mature. He's putting the work in. We're really excited to get him into camp next year. He was fantastic for us last year. So hopefully another year of development and a whole another summer of work will be good. And then with Axe, obviously coming off a championship there last year in Skellefteå in Sweden. Just a fantastic player. You can see his poise, his puck skills. He's still young. I think there's in terms of getting strength and developing that pro strength. It takes a little bit of time, but lots of upsides with Axe.
One final question, and he's not here obviously because he's a pro, but Carter Mazur. I know you had high expectations for him last year going into training camp, but where does he stand right now?
Well, he's working here, and all summer long. He's a local kid. We have high expectations of Carter. I think one thing is, that's what camp kind of does, right? You bring these kids in, and we tell them all the same message: is, you're gonna tell us when you're ready. Camp through exhibition, through your play, whether it's in the minors or, whatever it may be. You're gonna tell. Your play is gonna tell us if you're ready. There's no guarantees for anybody. We want to create, lots of internal competition, but Carter's a guy that I expect him to. Just knowing the player and seeing him last year, I expect him to make a big jump and be very good at camp for us this year.
Sean, appreciate your time, and I really appreciate it. Enjoyed watching you play in the National Hockey League and at Michigan State, and all the best to you.
Thanks for having me again.
All right.
See you.
Well, we're getting ready here to get going with our 3-on-3 situation.
Thanks, sir.
And we see Guimon there, and Boya will be the goaltenders for their respective teams. But it's really important talking with Sean Horkoff, Jakub, about the developmental process and how important it is to become a true pro.
Absolutely. I remember me as a young kid and him living in Michigan and him kind of taking me under his wing to show me how to train as well, where I get to hang out with Cleary and Horkoff. All these guys, they're very intelligent and just see what they do, what they did in the past, and now they get to work here and be part of this. It's something that these kids are very lucky to have behind their backs.
Well, the ice has been resurfaced, and looks like we're going to have Team Mikish Bruce going against Team Hirschfeld Armstrong as we are almost set to get going here. And we are unofficially, we've got 3 teams at 2-1, 1 team at 1-2, and we are winding down. All right, Mikish and Walters will be the teams that will be going here today in this game as we are set for action. You see Tallene out there, and he's another player that's big, tall, out there on the blue line, good defender, and Size, I would imagine, is important too these days in the National Hockey League. Is also being a good skater, right?
And you mentioned that his size he's already big. Can you imagine? He has another 3 years at least to grow and put up more muscles. So I'm only excited to see what's going to bring in next 2 or 3 years for this guy.
Daniella Bruce joining us now, and really enjoyed the interview with the hockey players that you've been talking to, and Chris Draper, and boy, Finney was a good interview that you enjoyed talking to. What stands out about him?
I think Emmett, he's a 7th round pick last year. So sometimes you look at the 7th round picks and it's just a big question mark as to if they make it to the NHL level, if they play professional hockey. But he had such a good season in the WHL last year, and I think that's what stands out the most. He gets a taste of Grand Rapids, and now he's hungry to get to that level. So you heard him, he'll continue to work on his strength, he'll continue to work on his skill set in the offseason and try to push for a spot on that Grand Rapids roster within the next couple of years. And I think that's a real possibility for him. And like I said, as a 7th round pick, sometimes that's a big question mark.
Well, the other thing, too, is, you're finally seeing some of these players that Steve Yzerman has drafted, and now they're paying dividends after all the development, right? And, we've been seeing that with Mo Sider and Lucas Raymond. Didn't really take them long to make it into the National Hockey League, but sometimes these other players, it does take time, and everybody's on their own pace. And as Sean Horkoff said, he said they're going to tell us when they're ready, and that's by how they implement their work habits and play out onto the ice as well.
Yeah, and Sean Horkoff's great, and for him to be kind of running the show in Grand Rapids right now too is a great thing for this organization.
Absolutely, and then as you guys see, the job Hork has done in Grand Rapids.
We have a delay before we get going here, but this is always the start of the regular season for me, Daniella. Actually, it's the draft, and then we come here and we see the 3-on-3 and the development camp, and from here it goes out to Traverse City, and next thing you know, it's preseason action. The Red Wings schedule came out, so it's always fun to be here around the 4th of July.
Yeah, after this, training camp and prospects tournament comes pretty quick, right? We're eyeing September, and
you think you get a lot of days off, but again, it's a short summer, especially if you want to make it and if you want to be that hockey player. You can take many days off, and you have to train. And I'm sure these guys going to get the message what to do for the remaining of their season, and they're not going to have many days off. I'll tell you that much, guys.
Especially if you win the Stanley Cup like the Florida Panthers, right?
Absolutely. I mean, they just ended the season. Is it coming 2 weeks or 1 week now? And there you go. And then some of the leagues are already about to start in Europe. So I believe some of the players that they will play in Europe, whether it's Sweden, Norway, or any kind of leagues, and they're about to have to report in three weeks from now on.
All right, we're ready for action here. And from the draw, Pelika has it in behind his own goal. He was in the white jersey, now he's in the red. Now his pass broken up. It was actually rolled off his stick. Rychlovsky will pick it up right circle, cut inside. Toe drags the puck, moves in with a wrist shot right out in front. Save made, rebound chance. It's loose out in front, finally cleared away. Racing up the left side, Baker in over the blue line. Finney in pursuit. Baker had it chopped away. Rychlovsky, who had the scoring chance, cuts his way in, makes a move into his forehand. Now he's ridden off the puck by Moore. Still handles the puck, spinning around there in that corner. Good action off the get-go here, Jakub.
Yes, and I also like that point shot before that, right before that, this big chance happened. That there has been a guy in the front of a net, and that's very important. I'm sure that's going to be one of the message. If you want to score a goal, you have to go park the bus in the front of the net. That's the main thing. Never going to score on the outside. The goalies are way too good these days, and net front presence is the main thing.
No score, 6:49 to play. Puck along the far boards now as it's scooted down low by Smith. Blake Smith, the defenseman. Puck worked out to center ice. Now they move ahead. Here is Becker in over the blue line. Drops it back to Sam Stang. Moves into the high slot with a wrist shot, and that's knocked away. Boya is the goaltender. Smith played it out to center ice. Dallas now is watching his man as Savage is on the ice on a change. Picks it up, Red Savage. He has a goal in the tournament so far. Moves in with a quick snapper out in front of the goal, and Albin Boya made the save again. Back quickly comes Mitten over the line with speed. Shoots the puck short side, whistled it wide of the goal as Rudy Guimond, the goaltender, is looking on. Mitten will pick it up again inside his own blue line. Work it out the center, carries in over the line, makes his way in, shoots the puck low to the ice. Guimond made the save. That's 2 opportunities for him.
He's got a really good speed. I like when he goes to net and he's not afraid to take the shot. And
oh, he was in front of the net trying to make something happen too. He's all over the place.
Back check, very important.
Keaton Draper tied up by Finney, worked it up across the line to get it over to Red Savage. Pass in front, left side, over on the right side. Draper with a chance. It's the save made by Boya as he cradled that puck with that right goalie pad as they were dangerous right out in front.
That was a nice save.
Beautiful save.
He had to stretch out for that one.
Draper had the opportunity, and then right out in front was another chance, and they tried to poke it under the pad of Boya, who came up with a big save.
Boya, a free agent invitee to this camp, played at Maine last year.
Same place Jimmy Howard played.
That's right.
Jimmy Howard, my old neighbor.
Oh, how was that?
Not too far from each other.
That must have been fun.
I love Jimmy.
There's Moore moving in with a wrist shot, and Boya comes up with the save. Yeah, he was quite the card when he played in his days, Jimmy Howard.
Great guy, and as we talked about Grand Rapids a little bit ago, he's one of the guy that has spent a few years down there to get himself developed and put himself in a position to be a long time NHLer, and again, that says it all. What kind of job Grand Rapids does, and just a great guy and a hell of a hockey player and a hell of a career he had.
Still a scoreless tie, 4:09 to go. Down around the boards, Finney checked it along the end boards. Now on the breakout, 3-on-2. Forsland gets the feed over the line from Edwards. Shot the puck. Good play coming back.
Play by the defender.
That's a great play coming back.
Stick on puck, just didn't watch the body, and
that was Whipple who came back on that play, and it's a great opportunity. Another chance, and the goaltender really coming up big. Guimond in that goal crease. So we got a whistle and a face-off coming up. Circle to the right of the goaltender, Rudy Guimond. No score, 3:25 to play here in this hockey game. Sam Stain out there with Baker and Sandin Pellikka.
Yep.
Ali Coyne out
good
there.
Stick there.
Coyne drops it back, left circle, now spin move. Dallas into the corner, worked it back in the line. Coyne moves in, left face off circle, cuts behind the goal. Not giving him an inch is Baker, the defenseman. Pass in front, shot, save made, and another whistle deep in that Hirschfield-Armstrong zone.
It's very important to stay man-on-man on these situations, 3-on-3. Sometimes you may look out there like you're not doing nothing because you're not touching a puck or anything, but it's very important to stay with your guy and just have your head up and don't get caught anywhere.
Still a scoreless tie, 2:41 to go. Baker, left face off circle, moves down into the corner. Trying to get away from Coyne, who checked him in along the boards. Stang lifts it over on the right side of the ice, Pellikka. Over to Stang, left face off circle. Cross ice feed broken up, puck comes out to center ice, and they'll have to regroup.
This was a good stick too.
Pellikka on a 2-on-1, moves in, shoots the puck, and a save made, that time by Boya. Both goaltenders, Boya and Guimond, making some saves here in this hockey game.
Tested, both of them. There's been some good chances on both ends of the ice in this one.
Another opportunity, right side, Draper in the corner. He had a chance earlier in this contest. Drops it back, right circle for Moore, making his way in. Solove dropping it off, top of the right circle, feed in front on a one-time, and Moore just whistled it wide on a one-timer. Good play by him, Jakub,
yes.
Cutting to the front of the goal and just trying to one-time it.
Yes, and he didn't give up. He kept going to the net, and next thing you know, the puck lands on your stick and you have an opportunity.
Well, a scoreless tie as time is winding down, 1:24 to go. Solove at center ice, dropping it back. Mitten down the middle, carries in over the line, cuts through the defense, moves in, good individual effort with a backhand try.
He's having a really strong game. I like his play.
Boy, that was a great individual effort right there.
Absolutely, very exciting player so far to watch.
That was Mitten who came in and had the opportunity right there.
He's had, like you said, the individual efforts 3 different times through this game. He's found himself in that situation, making things happen, driving to the net, in front of the net.
Smith lays it ahead, still a scoreless tie as we approach the championship game here. So everything on the line as Smith will move into the left face-off circle and fire it around the boards. Out to center ice it comes. They regroup. Forsland. Now to Smith. Finney in pursuit watching. Pass to Forsland and over the blue line. Pass right circle. Now moving in with a good individual effort, but then stopped by the goaltender right there. That was Red Savage who tried to score.
You know, Red's been impressive during this 3-on-3 tournament too. Talked about him playing at Michigan State.
Another chance, a slapper by Savage. He works hard to get back on the play. Raklovsky makes his way in, passes it across left side, he scores!
Raklovsky, what a pass, what a poise. Didn't rush into anything, took his time, made a nice little pass.
That was Finney who popped it home, but you're right, the play was made by Raklovsky.
Emmett Finney, we just talked about him. We got to catch up with him after last game. He's been impressive too. Again, a 7th-round pick last year, turned 19 last week, and he spent a couple of weeks here in Detroit training leading up to development camp, but got a couple of games in Grand Rapids last year. I think the organization's really impressed with what they're seeing from him, and it's great to find a player like that so late in the draft.
He's really a talented hockey player. We saw it right there as he made the play, and now just 9 seconds to go. One last opportunity to tie it up. Draper drops it back, and that play's offside.
Oh.
Over the line, just barely
Come on,
offside.
ref, let it go.
Let it go,
We
yes.
want to see the drama.
We want to see a 1-1 tie.
It's too bad we can't get a shot at Chris Draper there. He's shaking his head. Come on, ref. I know he'd be talking to those refs.
Oh,
right
yes,
now.
he would.
All right, one last opportunity, 4.8 seconds to go. Puck shot into the corner. That should eat up the rest of the time. Whipple just pins it in along the boards. And Mikish Bruce, the winner. 1-0 shutout victory over Hirschfield Armstrong.
So Mikish Bruce will be in the final now, correct? I'm following this right? All right, yes, I got it correct from our producers in the back.
So we have one team that's eliminated, right, Daniela?
We do, and I think that, yes, is Walters Hirschfield Armstrong.
Are we in the air?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
So we have Mikish Bruce coming up, and they are playing.
That's in the final. Don't we have one more? So we're going to have Watson, Patton, and Lazary and Bain in this next one, correct?
I am going with you, Dan.
All right. All right, yes. Look at that. I'm following this. Those of you at home, forgive us. This can get a little confusing as it gets down to the end.
There's too many names
yeah,
here.
there's
That's
so
the
many
thing.
names.
Confusing names, too.
2 teams each wearing red, 2 teams each wearing white. So, yeah, you know, we're trying.
All right, so we have, just one more time, we have Watson and Lazary, right?
Correct.
And who are they playing?
That's the same. Watson and Patton are playing Lazary
Oh,
Bain.
Watson, I see. Okay.
Ken's
now
got
we
this,
it.
guys. I've got him under control. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I think this happened to us last year.
It did, right when we got to the final.
Right.
And on Team Watson, you have Michael Bransigny-Gard. So you'll get to see him playing. Kind of the highlight there. And Team Lazary, Nate Danielson.
Yeah, that could head-to-head matchup right there.
Yeah, this will be a good one.
All right, we are set to go here as
First semifinalist.
Booyah has it for his club, moves it over on the left side to Dylan James. Bounce pass off the boards to himself, makes his way in with a good opportunity, and the save was made in goal. Back the other way on a breakaway. Backhand try, save made as Keenan tried to score for his team. Shai Booyam had his pocket picked right out in front. A centering attempt goes back to Keenan. Now to the trailer, moving in. Liam Dower-Nielsen with a wrister, and the save made by the goaltender Gatto, Sebastian Gatto.
Gatto from Troy. He's another free agent invitee goaltender. He played in the OJHL, 30 games played with a .928 save percentage and .223 goals against average. So some pretty good numbers there. Same birthday as me I'm looking at right now. We're born on January 24th. Look at that.
The world was a better place.
Yep, but he's way younger. 2006.
You're the veteran now, Daniella.
I am. I'm a seasoned vet.
Here's Phelan moving in with a shot, and the save was made from right out in front. Phelan's had some opportunities. Here's Plant. He was just drafted a week ago, moves it across the blue line.
It's a good back check right there. That's another perfect example that the forward's really helping out and coming back.
Seeger will scoop it up for his club. Watched there closely by Edwards, dropping it back as they regroup. 6:24 to play in this contest. No score in the game. And we're glad you're in tune to our 3-on-3 development camp as the puck comes up the left side. Shot taken off a stick, and that one out of play. We've seen a lot of good stick play by defensemen here in the tournament so far, Jakub.
Yes, you're right. Again, it's important to never give up on the play, and as a defender, you just got to have your stick on the ice and always continue moving your feet. And this was another example that he never gave up. He kept skating and had a long reach and reached to knock the puck down. And here we go. We may have another breakaway here.
Oh, cleaning house that time was Hunter Johannes as he knocked down Mellenbacher.
It's getting a little physical now. I like that.
Games are getting serious, right? You want to play in the final.
And here they come on a 2-on-1 the other way over the blue line. Johannes with a shot. He scores. That's the second goal of the morning, and he picked the corner on a beautiful play.
What a shot. He's having a good tournament too.
Yeah, he played at North Dakota last year. There's a couple of kids in this camp that played at North Dakota. Dylan James being the other, and then a few games in Grand Rapids for Johannes as well. He is a 6'3", 217 left shot, left winger. Really impressive through the camp so far. Good tournament.
2 times he's picked corners, and they tell you that, don't they? Go for the corners of the goal, and he really rifled that one in to give his team the 1-0 lead. All right, here we go. In over the blue line, into the left circle. Nate Danielson played it over on the far wing. It's off the boards, and now they'll have to regroup. Danielson picking up the puck deep in his own zone. Head up. Now turns up the left wing, generates some speed out the center. Carries it over the blue line, and the pass was broken up. And up the left side, they come back 2-on-1 on the turnover. Cleveland with a shot. And we mentioned he's not an offensive-minded player, but had a good scoring opportunity. He was stopped. Danielson.
I like how he's rushing it back. He's not gliding back and moving his feet back.
How quickly things can happen, though, is you get a turnover and then it results in a scoring chance. Yep. Another turnover, but it's held in at the line. Johansson makes his way out in front. Turns, fires on the second effort, and the save was made by Andrew Oak. Good scoring chance right there again. 1-0 lead, 3:55 to play in the game. Liam Dower Nielsen sets it up in behind his own goal. Hands it ahead, James in a defensive role. Up across the line, Edwards on a check and into the corner.
Good defensive play there.
Plant misfires on the one-time effort. It rolls back to Seeger inside the zone, and now he'll work it up the left wing all the way down the ice. Scott in pursuit with the red jersey, and he's checked in along the boards by Keenan. Keenan fights off a check to move it into the corner. Now stick down low to Plant. Cuts into the slot. Feed pass in front, but too far in front of Seeger, who is reaching for it. And now the puck out to center ice. 3:11 to go. 1-0 lead. Down low, here is a chance, an opportunity stopped, and they come back on a 2-on-1, and things are picking up now. Scott in over the blue line, pass across, good back check by Seeger coming back.
Great back check.
That's what you want. You want your forwards coming back hard to help those defensemen.
Absolutely, you don't want to glide back. Full effort right there.
Hunter Johannes, he scored the goal for his club, makes his way in down the left side. This time got the shot away, and that's sticked away. Gatto, the goaltender. Puck comes out to center ice. Sam Lefebvre coming back into his own zone, watched by Mellenbacher. Fave sticks it out to center ice. Now they'll regroup. Johannes will pick it up inside his own end. Watch closely in front of the net by Kilpinen. 2:19 to play. Out to center ice, in over the blue line. Lefebvre on a backhand, shoots the puck, save made, rebound, ends up on the stick of Mellenbacher. Mellenbacher mildly hooked on the play, sticks it up the right side. Now over the blue line, little drop feed off a stick, and now coming out to center ice. Making his way over the line, that is Ranseg Nygaard, and he had a goal in the first game tonight, or I should say this morning, goes after the puck in the corner. And again, Jakub, big, tall forward, Ranseg Nygaard.
Just a long reach and a little advantage for him, that's for sure. Long reach, long stride, and
nice save right there. Danielson tried to score.
What a beautiful pass, backhand sauce pass. Wow, well, there's another sauce pass. Here we go. Good save. Good save.
Great opportunity by Doucette. Now they come back 2-on-1 the other way. Leclerc feathers it out in front. It bounced into the corner, and now scooping it up. That is Cleveland. Lay it ahead to center ice. Empty net shot, and he scores. That'll do it with 1:10 to go. Still plenty of time left, I guess, but time winding down, and that was Doucette who fires it in.
I think the game could have got easily other way around. As you see, there's chances up and down on both sides, and could have easily got the other way.
All right, so we'll wait and see if the goaltender's going to get pulled here with a minute to go.
The penalty. Oh, yeah, there's a penalty. No, pulling the goalie out. Here we go.
All right, up the right side, James with a nice pass to Danielson. Wow. He tried to pick the corner, and the save was made.
What an effort.
Great effort, Jakub, and a great save by Oak, the goaltender. Long shot towards the open net. That's wide, and a race for the puck plant to pick it up. 39 seconds to go. Good hustle by him to keep the play alive. Stretch pass out to center. James in over the blue line. Right circle moves in with a backhand, and he tried to go 5-hole. He scores.
Here we go. We have 30 seconds left.
He tucked it right between the pads of Oak that time, and we've got a game with 29 seconds to go. It's 2-1.
You're never over until it's over. So let's see if you're going to take the goalie out right away, or halfway. The goalie's halfway out, and what do we got? We have a timeout here.
What are your thoughts about when you're playing in a hockey game about pulling the goaltender? Some coaches like to do it early, some like to wait a little bit. But as a player, do you like to see the goaltender pulled if you're behind by a goal?
Absolutely. I mean, it gives a chance to tie us a game again. And as we see lately, I feel like the coaches has been pulling the goalies even way too early. I feel like that's the new style of 5-6 minutes left in the game, and then the goalies are out. So why not? And I think it's exciting, and give it all you got.
I've seen many games too where a team's down by 2 goals, and with 5 minutes to go in regulation, especially if you go on the power play, you pull the goaltender and try to get back into the game.
You have nothing to lose. It's an exciting game. Anything can happen.
All right, the goaltender is pulled, and one last opportunity. Still plenty of time. 25 seconds left. Danielson.
Nice pass.
Johansson, right side, a shot taken, save made by Oak. Now chipped back out to center. James knocks it down with his glove. Quickly feeds it ahead to Danielson out at center. Johansson over the blue line. Pass in front, off a stick wide of the goal. 3 seconds left, and this game is over.
Got the team Watson going in the finals, is that right?
Lykish and Watson. Yep, and that's the final score. And again, Johannes with the beautiful goal, and he's having a pretty good day today.
I like his game overall. Big guy, just goes to net, good skater.
Well, we're down to the championship game after the ice scrape here, and boy, your overall impressions of how things have gone so far.
I mean, all the scores have been tight. Again, we don't see anyone dominating. It's been either of these teams could have got in the finals or semifinals. It's just a tight game. So even when the game is on the line, it's 2-0. You just saw some opportunities here, and you could have got it both ways.
Well, the thing about it too, as you mentioned, you brought up a good point about how they haven't been blowouts, and these teams were drafted by the coaches yesterday, so it's interesting how close these games have been. All right, we're going to go downstairs right now. Daniella Bruce is standing by with her special guest.
Thank you, Ken. I've got Hunter Johannes joining me right now. Scored one of those goals in his team victory to put them in the finals here in the 3-on-3 tournament. Just talk about your experience here at Red Wings Development Camp. I know you signed your deal with Grand Rapids back in April.
Yeah. It's been really good. I mean, I'm meeting a lot of new guys, and hopefully I can be playing with them in the future here. But like I said to a lot of people, there's a lot of learning to be done here. But whether it's nutrition, skating, weight training, the list goes on. So it's a beautiful thing when they're all trying to make you the best player you can be.
How did that short experience, I think it was just 6 games with Grand Rapids after your season at North Dakota, but how do you think that impacted the future for you? What did you learn from being at the AHL level?
Yeah, I think it just gives you confidence, right? Like, especially in the playoffs, like there's not a lot of opportunity for people to come in. So to get that opportunity from my coaches in this organization, I'm very thankful for it.
So what does the next step look like for you after you leave development camp here today?
I'll probably honestly stay here, train as much as I can. I want to be around the organization as much as I can and be the best player. So I'm going to soak up everything and hopefully play in the NHL soon.
Did you get to stay in Detroit a little bit before development camp too, or did you just get here this week?
Yeah, I came in earlier too, so I think that helps. Like, they're preparing me too for this too. But yeah, just it's been a good experience.
You have to be pretty confident. I know this isn't all about evaluation, but you're making a really good impression here in the tournament, and you get to play in the finals, even though it's not all about winning the tournament. I know, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a little bit older, so like, I have expectations for myself to lead, and I also want to show these guys the way too. Like, just my experience, I think, will help these younger kids that are 18 years old, and I have a few years on them. So,
appreciate your time today, Hunter. Best of luck, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Ken, back to you.
Well, see, before we get started. Cheers. That's it. That's it. Just cheers.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Where are you mic'd up?
Mic'd up, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. These kids don't know. Can't go 5-hole. Or blocker. No, that's gotta be a kick. Come on, corner. I mean, there's just, you really can't do anything about that. I mean, he's just coming down, just fires it off the bar. Nice, Debbie. I don't like how this is looking right now. Looks like too many options. That's just a rip. What? Yeah, I'm not stopping Cronwall. Let's just be honest.
And again, we welcome you back to development camp. It's the final day, and we're down to our championship game coming up between Team Mikish and Team Watson. And joining me is Dan Cleary, along with Jakub Kindl. And Dan, you've been helping out on this 3-on-3 and development camp over the last couple of years. What are your overall impressions of what you've seen so far this year?
Yeah, it's been a great camp. Obviously, we got some new draft picks in from the 24 draft. It was good to see, Nygaard, Plant, all these kids be able to come in. But 3-on-3 is fun. These kids always look forward to it. It's a lot going on for them during the week from Monday to Thursday, so they're always looking forward to the 3-on-3.
This Johannes kid, he had a couple of nice picks there, nice goals, and your overall impressions of him. What can you tell the folks back home about his play?
Hunter, yeah, I got to see Hunter play in North Dakota this year when I used to go see James, and he stood out to me. And I got to meet him throughout the season. Then we just decided to pull the trigger and bring him into Grand Rapids. And he's a fun guy. He's takes the game serious. He, as you can see out here, he plays for keeps out here in 3-on-3. So he's got a couple. He's feeling it. Waddy's doing a good job.
What's the most that you've been impressed by this whole week? And you get to see all your old teammates too, a couple legends, Pavel, Niggas here as well, other Cromwell too. So just feel me a little bit through this whole week. What has it been like for you? And
Well, you know what? I got to say, great to see you, Coops.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
You know, Coops you won the championship in Norway this year.
Yes, I
he told
did.
me it was his first ever championship, so it was great. But it was great to have Pavel. Nick Lidstrom's obviously involved with the club, and Drapes. We did an awesome hot stove yesterday. But as you know, me and Kroner work really close together every day, and you know, it's really fun, and I'm super grateful to have these great hockey minds, good people around me to help me, and. But it's been great. Who have I liked? Who's been impressed? You know, a lot of these kids, they're so much more mature and dialed in more than certainly I was at this age. But Nate Danielson's been real impressive. He's been impressive since we drafted him. So I thought he's looked good. Dylan James looks good out here. He's skating well. He's such a good skater, and he's starting to figure out that, you know, move it into space and go get it. So these kids look good. Obviously, Trey Augustine as well in that.
You know, one thing I was looking at Tuesday, you were doing a drill with the guys, and it was actually Pavel Datsyuk and stealing the puck. He was the biggest theft, I think, thief in the National Hockey League. So, you know, he was telling players how to take the puck away and everything like that. But these are important things for young guys to know, isn't it?
Oh man, they're important for me to know when I played with Pavel. But it was super fun. Just the way Pavel's mind would think about things going in for a defenseman. He was talking out there in small groups. You know, he doesn't want it to ever be about him, but just about being a quiet hunter and just little tips, whether it be for the winger or the centerman on the forecheck, even for defensemen. It's a great little tip to know that if you got someone as smart as this guy behind you, you better have your head up and ready to go. But Pav's been tremendous, you know, with Nick yesterday, with Swede. It was super cool to hear him talk to the prospects about coming in, earning the respect of everyone, earning your place, and trying to figure it out. And so it's awesome to have these guys around.
Now let me ask you this. Obviously, it's been a long week for most of the guys, and some of the guys who has been just drafted over a week ago. Did you guys do anything fun with them too? Of the guys, did you guys take them to golfing, you and Hork, or some of the guys?
Well, you know, we thought about what we're going to do. Usually we do something fun, like an off-ice activity. So this year we went to Smash Paddle. It's Henrik Zetterberg opened a place up in Sterling Heights. So that was the kids really loved that.
Yeah.
Ollie and Rob did a great job in helping us organize that. So they played, split them up into teams, red and white, and they all played against each other. So that was something fun we did. Last year we did paintball, so I gassed the paintball because I was playing, and these guys just absolutely abused me. So I said, I'm not doing that anymore. So we did Smash Paddle. That was cool.
Well, you guys, when you were playing with the Red Wings, you had some big paintball tournaments, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
On the road?
Yes.
Is that still going on, by the way? The ping pong in the room, in the locker room, has that still been going? Or?
Well, we have ping pong down there. I see some guys playing it. Mostly the European guys, mess around and warm up. But when we played, ping pong certainly was a as you know, Coops.
Yeah.
Yes, we had some.
I remember you said your custom pedal too. You still keep that one?
I had all that. Yeah. Me and Patty Eves were the players.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Talk a little bit about Dan, about training camp coming up, and are some of these younger guys that have played in Grand Rapids, who are the guys that Red Wing fans can take a look at, maybe perhaps making this club this year?
Oh God, Ken. Well, the obvious would stand out. Obviously Nate Danielson, Marco Kasper, two really good young centers. Obviously Marco's got a year ahead of him in the pro level. You look at Simon's going to take that step, Albert Johansson, but in terms, Carter Mazer would be someone I would have an eye on. He's healthy now. He had a good season to end it. So those are a couple of guys to keep an eye on.
All right, Dan, thanks a lot for stopping by. It's always fun talking some hockey, some golf with you, and it's good to see you and Jakub, former teammates, together.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming by, Dan.
You're welcome.
All right, we're going to throw it to a video, and we'll be back with a championship game in a moment.
Hey, Alex. Unfortunately, not going to be able to drive the dog bus today. I'm at a wedding in Italy. I'd be more than happy to take over for you today, driving these doggies around. It's always a great day when you're driving around man's best friend. Go Wings.
All aboard, gang. Let's go for a ride.
Okay, see you. Have fun.
Go, Jack. See you later, gang.
All right, we're back at the 2024 Development Camp 3-on-3 tournament. The final game just minutes away, you guys. Team Mikish and Team Watson making their way to the finals. It's been an exciting tournament. We talk about the results of it. Like, they don't really matter as much as some of these kids making an impression and learning and taking it to wherever they play next year. And we've seen a lot of that here today.
But it's the competition.
It's fun.
And it doesn't matter if this is a 3-on-3, which means absolutely nothing, but it does to those guys, right,
Yeah,
Jakub,
absolutely.
when you
It's all
play?
about competing, and, you know, it could have gone either way. Any one of these teams could have been in the finals. All the games has been close, so it's just exciting.
I did see some bummed faces getting off the ice. They're like, oh, we didn't make it to the final. You know, they're competitors. It's natural for them to want to be there. Who's stuck out to you, Ken, throughout the tournament so far?
You know, there's two players, Johansson, who was terrific, and you interviewed him, and he was just terrific. And I think Sandin Pellikka has been terrific. It seems like every time the puck's in his own zone, he's got possession of the puck. They almost look at him right now as a quarterback on the blue line right now. If you're in trouble, make sure he gets the puck, and he'll make the right play. The other player, I thought, Nate Danielson, he has turned the puck over a couple of times, but again, and we talked about it earlier, he has that ability to get the puck back, and he scored a couple of big goals. So those are the two players that I've seen today. And I thought the goaltender, I thought Trey Augustine was really good in the games that he's played so far as well.
Jakub, what are your overall impressions? It's the first one that you've been able to watch.
I'm excited, guys. I'm just so glad and honored to share this here with you guys. And again, I'm going to have to go with my checkmate, Ruklovsky. I just like his poise on his stick. Just smart player overall, and very, very looking for him for his future.
You know, Ken.
Sorry.
No, that's okay, Ken. You mentioned I talked to Johannes, and he said it himself in the interview. He is a little bit older than most of the players that are here. He was born in '98, so he's got a few years on some of these guys. And you can kind of tell, right? He's got that bigger, faster, stronger, but a good pickup by Grand Rapids. He's signed back in April.
Yeah, he's got a great shot, and we saw it here today. And again, it really doesn't mean anything here, but as he goes to that next level, you know, obviously he wants to have a great season with the American Hockey League Club, and then hopefully one day get an opportunity with Detroit. We're going to take a look at the goaltenders right now. Andrew Oak will be in goal against Landon Miller. Landon Miller was a guy that was drafted just a week ago by the Red Wings, and he's a big, tall goaltender. He's 6'5". Needs work. He's a raw talent out there, but he's going to get tested here, and this is for all the marbles. This is for the championship.
Do they draft goalies that are under 6'5" anymore? Does that? I mean, Trey Augustine, he's not that big, but.
Tell you what, you look around the National Hockey League, and if you're not 6'4", you're a small goaltender, right?
Right.
That's right.
Here's a breakaway. Dower Nielsen coming in, and I don't know if he got a stick.
I think he just got a fan on that. I believe it's a fresh ice. Could get a little sticky out there.
Back the other way, a quick shot and a save made by Andrew Oak. Finney tried to score right there as the puck comes over the right side. Keenan to Liam Dower Nielsen. Left side, one-time shot right there. And that one ended up off the boards into the corner by Brandseg Nygaard.
We've said Emmett Finney's name a lot today, but I'm going to say it one more time because I've been very impressed with the way that he's played throughout this tournament.
Brandseg Nygaard picking up the puck. Almost turned it over, but manages to get it ahead to Keenan. Plant racing after it in the corner. Moves away from a check. Now it's stolen. They come back the other way. No score early in this contest. 8:50 to go. Phelan after the puck. Comes back towards the blue line. Held in. Dallas moving in with a backhander. He got a good shot away in a backhand. Partially deflected over the top of the goal. Plant will pick it up. Sticked it out to center. In over the line, moving in, right side. There's an opportunity and a save made by Miller as Seeger tried to score from in close. Seen some good individual efforts so far.
Absolutely. I mean, what a move, what a save.
8:15 to go. No score in the game. Puck comes out to center ice as Team Watson will regroup. Johannes winding it up. He's got 2 goals here today. Moves in, left circle, tried to go upstairs and
just a powerful skater.
Fired it wide of the goal. Lefebvre.
Here we go.
Johannes again moving those feet. Scores!
This time he finds it. What a shot.
He rifled it in. That's his 3rd goal of the morning, and that gives his team a 1-0 lead.
You talked about him being able to pick the corners, Ken. He does it again. He tried just moments before that, gets it back, and makes it happen on the second try.
He picks it. The one before he barely missed. Just what a player so far.
So that is a quick goal here with 7:46 to play. Championship game, and it's 1-0. Up across the line, Whipple moves in. Put that puck between his skates. See a lot of players doing that these days, the fancy moves. Solovey will steer it into the corner. Mitten will pick it up. Move in behind the goal. Mitten throws it back on the line. Held in as they regroup. Solovey along the right side of the ice. Dodges a check from Doucette. Rolls it down into the corner. Mitten outskates his man. Drops it to himself and now makes his way down into the corner. One-man effort. Mitten in the corner. Takes a look up. Steers it in behind the goal. They continue to work the perimeter. Now they'll bring it back out to center ice and regroup.
Mitten again, I was going to say, Mitten, just another kid that's having a nice tournament.
Rychlovsky, there he is, moves in with a chance. Oh, what a great pad save right there by Andrew Oak. Out to center ice. Plant makes his way in. Tried to backhand it out in front, it was stopped. Cleveland now shoots the puck off the goal post. Oh, he just missed. Cleveland trying to score the goal. Now he regroups out at center ice. He didn't have any goals last year for Wisconsin. He's had a couple chances here today, and that went off the post. Here he comes again, moves into the high slot.
Through the middle.
Schlopsky will intercept, and now he brings it ahead. In over the blue line, little drop feed, left side, scores! A shot from the left circle.
That's Emmett Finney again.
Just again, Rychlovsky coming down through the middle, slows down the game a little bit, and then he nicely opens and then passes it to his left, and then there you go. Just his poise on his stick, knows how to slow down the game at this age. It's very impressive.
Rychlovsky and Emmett Finney have a little something going. It feels like every time one of them is involved in a play, the other one's right there with them. So another assist for Rychlovsky on a Emmett Finney goal.
Yeah, I was looking at Rychlovsky the last couple of days, and they were going through skills training, and he was just a man amongst boys out there. I mean, he was really doing a great job, and you could see why he had the breakout year last year.
You think he took some notes from the Magic Man himself while he had the chance to?
I hope he did.
I mean, how cool is that? Again, we talk about Pavel, just to have him around, and you know, such a excuse me.
A great play. Some of these guys, they really grew up watching his highlights on YouTube. So for them to be able to see him in person and take some advice from him,
absolutely,
it's a big deal.
It's incredible. Like me, just to seeing him now, quickly, briefly, and having him as my teammates and watching him what he does, what he did in his prime and his best on the ice and off the ice, and now he's still out there. As you guys heard, Danny Cleary, he was here a little bit ago saying that this guy could easily still play, and it's amazing to have him around for sure.
And maybe he should suit up this year.
Maybe you never know.
He still got it.
You never know. Absolutely. I mean, I just saw him. He looked like he didn't gain any age. So to me, he looks exactly the same Pavel as I remember him when he left.
They've moved in with a shot, and that one deflected out of play. So we've got a 1-1 tie, 4:39 to play.
We got the goalie change on the left there. Boya goes back in.
And Oak stays in goal in the end to our right. That Hunter Johannes, though, he has really stood out. And, you know, I've always noticed that big players or players in big games, you look for those guys that want to step up, and certainly he's done that here this morning. It's hard to say this morning. It seems like an afternoon or night.
All I know is I'm taking a big nap after this today.
I'm sure not going to be the only one. These kids, it's been a long week for them, and I'm sure they're excited to go home, and there's been a lot of work to be done. And you know, now they're going to go home, sit on the plane. Some of them will go back to Europe and just think about what all went through this week, what has happened in Vegas, and all of that. So just a great week overall for sure.
And then they get right back to training, right? Getting ready for the season.
They're going to celebrate a nice little weekend, and I'm sure they're going to be back at it on Monday.
You know, the other thing, too, is I'm looking forward to Prospects tournament.
Oh, it's going to be great.
see some of these guys again. Here's Raklovsky again, cuts inside. Good defensive play right there.
And I mean, Nate Danielson's probably going to be the story of that whole thing, Ken, because where's he going to play next year? Is he going to push for a roster spot on the big club? Is he slated for Grand Rapids? He's going to be one of the most interesting to watch throughout the fall and September being in Traverse City.
You know, I thought Nate Danielson last year in the preseason games that he played actually looked pretty well.
It didn't look out of place, right? And it can be tough to jump in from the levels he was playing at to the NHL.
Oh, from the faceoff. Here's Plant moving in with a chance, and he fired it wide. I've been impressed with him, too.
Yeah, he's been good.
Again, he went through a growth spurt. He was only 127 pounds a couple of years ago. Now he's up to like 177. So,
yeah, 5'11", too. So he grew a few inches.
Yeah, and we hope he'll continue to grow a little bit. But you look at up and down the Red Wings roster, the players that they've drafted, especially the forwards and defensemen, they're all big. Seems like the average height of your defensemen now are 6'3" that the Red Wings have drafted, and even the forwards are around 6'2", 6'3". So, those years where you had Thomas Tatar and Nyquist, who are skilled players, but kind of on the small side.
Yeah. I mean, you see some. Look at Alex DeBrincat. We still got some small player. Patrick Kane's not a huge guy, and he's one of the all-time greats. But you're right. It feels like the way the league is trending and the way teams are drafting is just bigger now.
Yes, and everyone is mobile these days, and so much work has to be done from the early age to be this big and mobile and skilled. So those are the days that I didn't have growing up, and now there's so much knowledge out there, so much of training, whether it's a power skating, skating, all kinds of training. So as you can tell, these players are so much better and so much bigger at this early age.
Jakub, when you came into the National Hockey League and you were playing with Detroit, how much did you weigh?
I was a light kid, but then again, I put a few pounds here to train and pulling up these guys like Draper and Cleary, and Cronwell. Again, we had to, back then there haven't been many trainers, so we had to work out in the morning, swinging kettlebells before we even got to the ring to the old Joy Loose. So, but now I'm sure things has changed. They have all kinds of training equipments and things like that. So it has been a little different when I was around, but again, we still found a way how to manage things out.
That was Borja Vallis with an opportunity right there, and Andrew Oak made the save. Oak's made some big saves here in this championship game. Game tied 1-1. Plant moves in, has an opening right out in front with a chance, and the save was made by Borja. Big save on the other end of the ice. 2:02 to go. Game tied 1-1. Out at center ice, Phelan taps it ahead. Plant sticks it over the blue line. Races to the front of the net. Plant on his knees.
Nice move. Even though he was on his knee, he didn't rush to give the puck away. He still held on to the puck and made the right decision. That's important to be poised and hold on to a puck. What a play.
That was Brandtseg Nygaard with the opportunity right there.
And he almost got rewarded too.
Plant moving in now again. Tried to go upstairs, short side save made by Borja. And the play whistle down. Yeah, just moments ago, Michael Brandtseg Nygaard with the opportunity to put his team ahead. And Borja's been making some pretty good saves in the goal crease. He takes a swig of the water bottle, and Oak on the other end of the ice been good.
Absolutely.
Now the big man who scored a goal, Hunter Johannes, is out there. He's got the puck right now. A quick snapper to the front of the goal.
Wow, he can fire that one, huh?
And he got it, and in Brett Hull fashion, he got it off his stick in a hurry. So we still have a whistle. 1:21 to go in the championship game. It's tied 1-1. We expected this to be a pretty close game. All the games
has been very close, and it's not the end until the end.
Pass too far in front of Seeger, and that one goes all the way down the ice. Down to a minute to go. Overtime looming here in this championship game. Racing out the center. In over the blue line, little drop pass. Here's a shot wide of the goal. That one's off a stick. Quickly on the other end. Ducey racing back Finney to try and catch him. Good hustle there. Now a quick feed over to the left side of the ice. Moving in with a backhand out in front. Liam Dower Nielsen. That puck is in. It's a goal.
That's a goal.
So with 37 seconds to go, the team of Watson-Patton take the lead 2-1.
What an effort, though.
Well, I'll say that was...
Was it Cleveland who went to the net? The goal would never got scored if he didn't get to the net.
Yeah,
it is a Cleveland, yes. Yes, that's all the credit to him that he goes to the net and created chaos, and next thing you know, they're up 2-1.
Liam Dower-Nielsen will get credit for the goal. But now it's a half a minute to go, and there goes the goaltender. Boya for the extra attacker. Championship on the line. Ryklowski moves it over to the blue line. Finney barely held it in. Still held it in. Now Johannes intercepting and tried to clear it down the ice, broken up. Opportunity 2-on-1 the other way. Pass it from Ryklowski with a chance. Oh, a great pass save by the goaltender.
What a save.
Back to Whipple with a shot through traffic wide of the goal. That was a game-saving save right there. 4 seconds left. Time to tie it up perhaps. Into the corner. Finney backhands it. And what a save to prevent the tie.
Wouldn't
by
that be
Andrew
something?
Oak. And what a victory for the team of Mike-ish Bruce. Watson and Patton. What an opportunity there. And the save made by Andrew Oak.
Wouldn't that be something to tie the game with this pass? And wow, well, that was an incredible shot, but even better save.
So the champions are Watson-Patton, and what a save by Oak. And how about Ryklowski with an opportunity?
Like I said, it was an incredible shot. I don't know how he saved that one, but wow, that one feels good to save.
Well, we had an unbelievable finish right there. Went down to the wire. The goaltender, a late goal to give the lead, and I'll tell you what, it was a great save at the end that preserved the victory.
Very entertaining to watch. It could have gone either way. What a save in the end. I'm still shocked that didn't go in.
A lot of drama here to finish this 3-on-3 tournament. Let's go downstairs. Daniella Bruce standing by with her special guest.
Thanks, Ken. I've got the winning coach with me, Dan Watson. So last year, it was Chris Draper, and he doesn't let us forget it. Right. Are you going to have that same mentality? Don't let anyone forget you won the 3-on-3 tournament.
No, I'm going to stay humble about it. Let our players have that distinction of being champions here, but it just a fun way to end development camp, to allow the guys to go out and be hockey players, not have to worry about all the drills and everything. Let's put what we learned into motion, and a great way to finish.
What stood out to you this week, whether it's a specific player or some of the things that your guys learned? What do you think stood out throughout the week?
I think the biggest thing is watching these guys soak in all the knowledge. I mean, everybody saw the people that were around, the Datsuks, the Cronwalls, the Lidstroms, and they're just the young guys were asking questions, trying to soak in as much knowledge as possible. And so for these young guys to try and learn, that's what this development camp's all about, is for them to learn and get better.
Coming off a great season in Grand Rapids, a deep playoff run, but seeing all the talent that's in this organization has to have you pretty excited as the Griffins head coach.
Very excited. I think it's something that has been coming. We knew last year we're going to have a young group. I thought they got better throughout the year. And now that group is another year older, and all the young guys coming in can learn from them. Put them with some good vets, 2 good goaltenders, and I know there's some pressure to be a little bit better even this year.
What can you tell us about Hunter Johannes? Because we talked a lot about him throughout our stream today, and I know he's a little older than some of these guys, so he's got the bigger, stronger aspect of it, but he really showed out today in the 3-on-3 tournament.
No, he did. He's a competitor, and you could hear him on the bench too. He wants to win, and that's how he's wired, and I love that about him. His compete level's through the roof. He kind of drags guys into that type of a fight, and so that's what we love about him. Again, he's here because he needs to learn. He was pro there for a little bit with us at the end of his college career. Now he's here to be a leader for the young guys, but also gain as much knowledge as he can.
We've been asking everybody about Pavel Datsuk this week. Was that some of your first interactions with him, or what did you think about having him at camp this week?
Yeah, it was my first time meeting him, and he was awesome inside the coach's room, even sharing some of everything that he learned. I think there's a lot of things that he does that no one else can, but he's trying to give the kids, and that's what I like. The first day, I think he was a feeling out process for him, but by day 2, 3, and 4, he was right in there with the kids, telling them and teaching them and showing them what it takes to be great. And so I love that he was around. I love that he was part of the coaching staff here, the skill group here, and our kids the players here should be very blessed that he was here.
This is always such an exciting week, but I know players now maybe head home for a little bit and get to their training routines. What's Dan Watson doing leading up to training camp?
Oh, I got a lot of video projects. I'm watching a lot of video. Just be ready for the season. Still enjoy some time though. That's what off season's all about. And now that this camp's over, a couple months we'll be right back in Traverse City. It's gonna go by quick, but looking forward to a little bit of downtime, but then right back at that small computer screen that we get to watch.
Well, congratulations on your 3-on-3 tournament victory 2024. I won't forget it. I'll make sure I let everyone know that you won. Thanks for your time today, Dan.
Thank you.
Ken, back to you.
Thank you, Daniella, and boy, what fun it was. It goes down to the wire. Close game, goaltender pulled, but just going over that last goal, it was scored by Liam Dower-Nielsen, but you made a good point, Jakub, where Brady Cleveland, a defenseman, big, strong defenseman, went to the front of the net, which caused a lot of chaos in front, and that proved to be the game winner.
Absolutely. That goal would never have been scored. That would have been scored if Cleveland wouldn't got to the net. It's so important at such a young age to know the game, to learn the game without going to the net and paying the price that you're never going to score.
Liam Dower-Nielsen with the championship goal. That was the game winner. And then I look at Michael Brandsegg-Nygaard, who had a strong game too. We saw some powerful moves by him cutting to the front of the net. He did score a goal in the tournament, but Hunter Johannes was terrific this morning. He had 3 goals and scored some big goals even for his team in that championship game.
Just a big, powerful forward, what I've seen so far. Just his shot, the way how he moves his feet and never gives up on the play. You guys saw those 2 shots that he took in the end. The first one he barely missed, and then he gets the puck to have it on his blade again, and he rips that one through on a high glove. What a shot, what a player.
And Raklovsky, and you were talking about him, he had a really good morning today and a good camp. And he had the opportunity to tie it with a goaltender pull, and what a save by Andrew Oak. And you want your goaltenders to make those big saves. Certainly Oak came up big.
That must be a nice feeling now going home with this type of save, with this save in the end. Again, yeah, what a save. What a shot, too. I mean, 9 out of the 10, you're probably going to score 9, but this was an incredible save.
Yeah, kick pad save by Andrew Oak. So now everybody's going back home, and an opportunity to rest, relax a little bit, clear their mind from hockey for a little bit, continue to train perhaps in the month of August, and then get back into it. Some of these guys we'll see at the Prospects Tournament in Traverse City, so it's kind of a short off season, but I would imagine very rewarding, especially for the players that were recently drafted.
Yes, as the coach mentioned, talking earlier to Danielle, it's a short summer. Again, you may think you have a lot of time to rest, but it's going to go quick. Everyone skates these days. You just have to be ready. Take day by day, and go home, celebrate your draft, and see your family quickly. But you have to be back at it if you ever want to be the Red Wing player.
Well, I want to thank you, Jakub, for helping us out. You did a very good job here today, and hopefully you can work with us down the road. And I just want to say it's been a while since I've seen you. I enjoyed watching you play, but thanks a lot for helping us out.
It's an honor to be here with you. I know you've been standing here for many, many years. You watched me going through this, same thing, and now I get the chance to sit here with you and watch the game, talk about the game. So that's something I always will going to remember. So it's an honor to be here with you. Thank you.
We also want to thank all of you for watching our live stream from the Belfort Training Center here today. And certainly hope you've enjoyed it. We hope that you had your cup of coffee, your morning coffee, maybe a couple scrambled eggs, and watch some hockey here. And we've seen a lot of great things from a lot of great talented young players, and hopefully down the road they will be future Red Wings.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited, guys, and thank you for having us, and we'll see you guys on the Traverse City, all of you in Traverse City.
Thanks again for tuning in today. For Daniella Bruce, Jakub Kindl, I'm Ken Kal. Enjoy the rest of your morning, the rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you down the road in Traverse City.
Bye, guys.